All right, and we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. As you can see, I have the one and only, the guy that I criticize probably more than anybody on my YouTube channel. We have me, Kevin, aka Kevin Pavraf. He is here to discuss his startup. And don't worry, guys, this will not be a soft interview. We're going to ask everything you guys want. So, yeah, Kevin, go ahead and introduce yourself again.
Yep, I'm Meet Kevin, and you can learn more about me on my channel, Meet Kevin.
And they can also learn more by going on househack.com, right? If they want to learn more. Because I know a lot of people ask the same questions, but a lot of those questions can actually be answered by just doing a little reading on the website. I guess for the chat, one thing I will say is if you guys have any questions, you're free to ask. I have my own questions. But if I do see any good questions in the chat, I will pull them up and I will go ahead and ask Kevin those questions as well. So I guess we could just go ahead and get into it. So first question I got for you, Kevin, is one stat that I read, which was interesting, is that 90% of startups actually fail. Most startups do not do well, and very few founders actually succeed. And so I guess what would be your response to that? And why do you think that your startup is going to succeed?
Well, I know my startup's going to succeed because we've succeeded in doing this model exactly before. So I'm very confident in that. When I started as a real estate agent and then became a real estate broker, I was told, hey, 90% of agents, I remember in the room, they're like, all right, 90% of you aren't going to be here in 2 years. And people are going, no, that's not going to be us. And sure enough, most of them were never to be seen again. That's very typical for people who don't know what they're doing. Now, obviously, we can't make any guarantees, but what we're doing is not like some arcane project. We're buying single family homes and multifamily properties and renting them out as short and long-term rentals. Those produce immediate cash flow. It's not like we're creating a widget. Like, let's say we're going to get into the snippet business or whatever. It's not like we're going to come up with this fancy, better snippet and hope people are going to buy our product. We know people are going to rent our product. We know we can get to positive cash flow just by renting properties and buying them. So it's really not like a mysterious or secret business model. It's just buying real estate. What you're getting is you're getting the bonus of my expertise in real estate and my ability to identify and buy wedge deals, and hopefully enhance that with whatever efficiencies we can bring to the organization to reduce payroll costs, because payroll is what sinks most businesses. So I think that's very important. But, it's true. Those statistics are out there. And quite frankly, most people suck at business.
Right. But by saying that, I guess you've done this in the past. What exactly do you mean by that when you say that this has been done before? Are you talking about your own personal experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, not only my own personal experience, but the experience of my clients as a real estate agent, as a real estate broker, the experiences of my family who's been doing real estate for over 40 years. This is again, not like an arcane science. It's very simple. If houses are selling for a discount to what they cost to be repaired for, you can purchase the properties and rent them out and spread out the equity gain that you essentially get day one over a 6 to 7 year earnings period. And then once you've netted, a certain amount of internal rate of return, then you can, sell off that to pension funds who are just looking for a little bit of cash on cash return that's more stabilized. You could, in the future, if you wanted to, you could, if you're like, oh, we're not going to go in the software direction, you could file to be taxed as a REIT and just distribute all the cash flow as dividends. If you don't do that, you just stay a C corp and reinvest the money if you want. I mean, there are a million different things you can do. And what you're doing with HouseHack right now, if you're an accredited investor, you can go to househack.com to apply. Read the PPM. That's your solicitation. This video is not a solicitation. There you could be a part of that, and you get founding shares in the company, which is really unheard of. So we're very excited about that. And the reason we're doing that, which is worth noting, is we have to make sure that I do right by every investor, because if in 5 years, I screw investors, I'm never going to be able to, I'll be 35 and I'll never be able to do anything in my life again. I'll be screwed in business. I'll be screwed in social media. I'll be screwed in politics. It'd just be terrible. And everybody who knows me knows that I don't stop working. So that'd be miserable for me. So this is very important to me, and that's why I'm putting my own money in it.
I've heard you say that in numerous videos, that basically your reputation would be hurt and you'd be screwed if this doesn't go right and different things like that. But I would argue that your reputation is already there. So
it doesn't surprise me that you would say that, because, after I spontaneously came on your channel last week, You did have the following to say within seconds of me leaving. When Kevin comes on Tuesday, my goal is going to be to have people walking out and saying, man, Echoes has a point. I don't think Kevin's startup is going to work. I think it's going to fail. And that's going to be the goal, to basically protect the investors. So like, look, I'm more than happy to come and give you reasonable perspectives and answers, so that way you could provide that insight to your community, whom honestly, I don't know how many of which are accredited investors anyway. But that's okay, because in the future, I hope to invite unaccredited investors to House Hack as well. But, let's be clear, like if you want to throw shade, throw shade. But if you want to ask me reasonable questions, I'll give you reasonable answers. But that kind of comment is pretty full of bias, and it's not healthy, because if this company blows up in 10x's in 5, 10, 20 years, whatever it is, people are going to look back and go, oh man, I wish Echoes didn't dissuade me from investing in that company. So I just be careful.
Yeah, I understand. I don't think it's dissuading. I think for you being a public figure, for you having a YouTube, I think you got to be able to accept criticism. And I think all that I'm simply doing, Kevin, is I'm criticizing you. I'm giving my honest opinion. You may not like it, but I think that there is a large number of people who like you, and I think there is a large number of people who don't like you. And
Yeah, it's
obviously, I
fine.
made it
It's
clear.
fine.
Go ahead.
There always going to be haters. I ran a Twitter poll the other day, and I asked 3 questions. I asked basically yes, no, or do you just hate me? And 15% of people said, no, I just hate you. It's fine with me. Like, there are always going to be haters. If I was a politician, 50% of people would say, I just hate you. Well, some people are just so miserable in life that they have to go out of their way to leave hate comments, and that's fine. I'm okay with criticism. I've criticized people before. I still criticize businesses and people today. A healthy level of criticism is fine, but I would just be careful of like an extreme bias, because that's likely what your audience is looking for, right? Like if you feel, hey, I've got an audience that wants me to find holes in Kevin's stuff, that's fine. But if that then becomes your consumed bias, then that's a problem, and actually blinds you to something that could actually be a really good deal.
But that's not it, Kevin. They're not looking for bias. They're just looking for honesty and truth. That's why most of my followers like me, because I tell the truth. I think that's why you're on my channel right now, is because I tell the truth. I don't think I'm biased.
Well, I don't think this interview is about your history of telling the truth. But go ahead if you got more questions. Let's go.
Okay, we can continue with the questions. Like I said, I think going forward, I'm just going to say this because it's the truth. You being a public figure, you starting a startup, you being very controversial, you have to be willing to take criticism, because no matter what you do, it's going to continue. It's going to keep going. Now, if you prove people like me wrong, I'm not saying I want your startup to fail. I'm not saying that. I hope it succeeds. I really do. I hope your investors make money. I really mean that. But I just don't see it. And so that's why I have you here to ask those questions. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and move on. We'll go ahead and ask more questions. Bat has a question here. He says, why do you think it's a good idea to start a RE company in a rising rate environment? Are you renting all of them or flipping them? How leveraged are you here?
Yeah, this is an example of somebody who clearly hasn't watched any of my content on what House Hack is. The website literally says we are not home flippers. This is a very it's almost kind of insulting to be asked these questions, because like I've been through like this is nonsense, right? We've like House Hack is not a flipper. In addition to that, if anybody has listened to a single message of mine, it's been very clear that we are raising cash now so that we have cash at the bottom of the market, so that way we can buy deals cash. We have no leverage, we have no financing, we have no debt, and we don't intend to take on any debt. If we raise $100 million, we are going to park that in treasuries yielding 4%, which is a lot of freaking money. That's $4 million a year. And we're going to use this cash to buy properties over time once we identify that markets are in the bottom portion of their trough. Right now, we're sort of more in the top portion of the trough. So we're going to wait. Then we're going to buy properties cash. That's going to take us 2 to 3 years. After we buy properties cash, and the properties are stabilized, then we'll start refinancing at what we believe will be lower interest rates, probably in the neighborhood of 2026, 27, 28, somewhere around there is when we'll actually be refinancing. And then we'll be able to continue buying more properties with the cash flow base that we already have. So look, I mean, it's fine. If the questions are basic, I'm just saying, like, you've got an opportunity to go deep, and so I'm happy to answer anything. But yeah,
I got you. My question for me personally is, will any of your previously owned properties be a part of the House Hack portfolio?
no,
No. What states do you plan to operate in?
don't know.
You have no idea. Do you have any idea? At least California, Illinois, at least
Yeah,
5 states that you
sure.
think you can operate in.
Florida, California, Ohio, Massachusetts, New York, Jersey, Connecticut, Washington, Texas, Colorado, Idaho, Michigan, Washington, D.C., Arizona, Nevada, Utah. That's about 20 names. But do I really have an idea in terms of which are going to be the top priorities? I mean, I have like slight leanings, but no, these are all areas that we're going to take starting about next month, we're going to take about 6 months. And I'm just going to go travel, probably mostly alone. And I'm just going to explore and meet agents that I already have connections with or new connections in different areas. And we're going to do all of our market research and we're going to publish all of our research on YouTube. And the reason we want to do that is we want this symbiotic relationship between YouTube and House Hack where, if I need an electrician in an area, if I need a concrete person in an area, if I need agents or deals in an area, we can help build those relationships through YouTube and the reach that we have on YouTube.
Okay. Juan says buying at the wrong time has its risks. The real estate market can experience harsh swings. Are you worried of the current market?
I mean, this is like literally the same question as the last one. So when I was the first person really on YouTube to talk about real estate is going to come down. And everybody laughed at me in January of 2020 when I said real estate is going to come down. Now's the time to start selling or refinance your properties at high comps, raise the cash as long as you can afford the payment. Lock in that lower interest rate, which is exactly what I did. I refinanced 3 of my properties in February. Then I sold 85% of my real estate portfolio at the end of January, February, March, April, May, June. So between Q1, Q2, that was the peak. So I kind of like staggered it across the peak there. And now I'm going to use that capital as part of House Hack and the investments that I make into House Hack. And so the money then in House Hack is going to sit waiting for what will, in my opinion, be a much better time to buy real estate, which is probably going to be later in 2023 after we get fear of, oh, wow, year over year, real estate home sales are massively negative to the tune of 10 to 15%. And then we actually start seeing panic in the markets. That's when I want to be a buyer.
Okay. Why have you chosen this route that you've chosen instead of making it a syndicate?
Yeah, so syndications profit off of assets under management. So your goal in a syndication is to make as much money as possible from assets that you've raised from AUM and then collecting fees. You buy a deal, you get fees. You sell a deal, you get fees. You manage more volume in deals, you get fees. Unfortunately, in that case, your incentive to get good deals is substantially lower. Your goal is just park the money, collect the acquisition, disposition, and management fee. Which in the medium term, you're allowed to, like, for example, in a Cardone Capital, what they can do is they can charge you a 1% management fee, but they don't actually take that out of your cash flow every single month when you get your check. Instead, they just charge that as an accrual towards the end. So when you get your distribution at the end, now they charge you back 10 years of management fees or whatever. It's insane. Like, people got to read the PPM on that, but that's in there. So, that's not what I wanted to do. My goal wasn't to raise money and then fee people to death. My goal is to raise money and then create a product that when I IPO this product, the stock market, not me, not some promoter, but the stock market looks at it and says, oh, wow, that actually either has a lot of value or it doesn't have a lot of value, or this is how we value it. And then the stock market can determine, oh my gosh, yeah, Kevin's got a thing with wedge deals, or, oh wow, like that's actually profitable or lucrative or whatever. And the stock market can make that decision, which I think is the most fair way for somebody to value a company. And then I'll be compensated in shares that are substantially locked up throughout after IPO.
Okay. Just answering Lincoln's comment, this is the same question. The answer is no. He's not taking crypto as payment. I know that. Juan, he already answered this question about IPO. He plans to IPO in, I believe, 8 to 10 years. Here's my question. How long do you plan on buying these wedge deals and holding them before selling? Is it 5 years? Is it 7 years? And then what do you expect the rate of return to be?
Yeah, we're not projecting rates of return. I mean, they could be anything. It just depends on the market. I mean, if you get some really good deals because you're swooping up at the bottom of the market, and then the timing worked out perfectly, you could have some substantial rates of return. I mean, year one rates of returns could be 50 to 100%, but that gets buttered out over your holding period, right? So when you butter that out over your holding period, it could be 8%, it could be 10%, it could be 15%, whatever. It could be anything though. I mean, it could be zero, it could be negative. So people have to be aware that, like, my goal is obviously to get it to be as strong as possible, but we can't make any guarantees. So we're not doing any kind of IRR projections. That I think that's, when people say that, like, oh yeah, we have internal rate of return projections of 15%. It's like, yeah, that's a good sales pitch, but it's just not honest, in my opinion. So we're not doing that. I don't know what your other question was though. What was your
Yeah,
other
the other
question?
question was how long. Yeah, how long do you plan on buying and holding these wedge deals? So it's like before
Yeah.
you sell.
Well, we don't know that we definitely will sell. There's some properties that could cash flow so well that we might just hold them until it doesn't make sense anymore cash flow wise. So there's no hard and fast rule here. If for example, if you have short-term rentals that cash flow very well, you don't necessarily need to sell those. If we do sell, we could 1031 exchange to defer taxes. We could also sell equity to pension funds. So, for example, if we're leveraged 50% in a deal, we could sell the other 50% as sort of a basket, a bundle of homes, say 50 homes at a time, to a pension fund or whatever, and then take a management fee, kind of like the syndicate model, except that is now to pension funds and not to individual investors. Here, individual investors are getting the benefit of actually being the company that gets to utilize all of these different tools. So I think the investor is getting a substantially better deal than any kind of syndication or REIT. But I'm biased. It's my company.
Interesting. Okay. Somebody asked, I'm pretty sure this question was asked before, what are the biggest competitors? Which ones have IBO'd? I believe you have that on your website, right? If you do, we can skip.
Yeah, there are a bunch of them on there. Look, we're gonna try to compete with roof stock. We're gonna compete with buying deals, and we will easily be able to beat Redfin and Open Door to deals because I think they rip people off, or they rip people off or they're stupid. And they've done both. They've ripped people off with substantial fees, in my opinion, just my opinion. And now they're just being stupid, buying properties at the top of the market. And Open Door, I think, is on a path to bankruptcy. They've got like $6.6 billion in debt. They've got $6.6 billion of real estate assets as of March's valuation. Well, if that gets discounted 20% by the time they can sell it, I don't care how many commissions Open Door is getting. They're upside down to the tune of over $1 billion. They're going to have to raise money and they're screwed. So I don't really think we have competition at scale in this space, because really the best comps for what we are doing are companies like Invitation Homes and American Homes for Rent. Those are larger single family property owners. And they don't even do what we do. I mean, they barely, from what I can tell, barely remodel properties. Their customer service reviews are terrible. It doesn't seem like they prioritize their tenants, which I think is very important to prioritize your tenants. I'd rather take lower cash flow but have a better client of a tenant, because they're your customer. Like, you got to keep that reputation strong, just like what you have to do in Airbnb. Those companies don't even do Airbnb. I mean, we can compete with Landing, we can compete with Vacasa, who do these short-term rentals at an attempted scale. I mean, there's so many companies that we compete with. We're just like an octopus with arms in 8 different directions. And to me, it's all just insulation. I mean, there's so many ways we can make money. It's ridiculous.
Okay. Are you familiar with Blackstone at all? And would you consider them a competitor as well?
Sure. I mean, any of these larger, I mean, that's probably the largest asset manager in the world, about thousands of single family homes. Sure. Yeah.
Okay. This question is just kind of about your origin. So how did you originally get into real estate? And there is a theory out there, so I'm just going to ask you about it, that basically, I guess, your wife's family helped you first get into real estate or gave you money or something like that? Or can you just kind of talk
nobody
about
gave me money to start. I was working at Jamba Juice, and my wife was getting a real estate license because my mother-in-law and father-in-law were getting ready to retire from real estate, which they've been retired for quite a while now. Congratulations to them. They were able to retire earlier thanks to real estate. But Lauren was getting a real estate license, and I was going to high school half days. And I'm like, this is boring. Like, I don't like, it's just Jamba Juice, and I've got so little going on. I want to do something. I never wanted to be in real estate. And so I, heard she was getting her license, and I'm like, well, it doesn't hurt to have a license. I'll just get it as well. And when I was working at Red Robin making like $900 a month, which was when I finally got my license. 6 months later, I had moved to Red Robin. They said I was going to be a server, never became a server. I sat down with the manager and said, look, I got my real estate license now. I'm going to start doing deals. The manager sat me down and said, look, man, there's no way you're going to make money in real estate. You're making $900 a month here. You're on the schedule 3 to 4 times this week. Like, you're doing good. Like, don't rock the boat, man. And I quit the next day. So that's when I started my real estate journey, and all of the clients that I found for certainly my first year were all my own clients. And then maybe after that, maybe 3% of my deals were referrals from my father-in-law, but they were far and few between. In 2015, for example, I had over 50 transactions. Maybe 2 of those were a referral from my father-in-law. Almost everything that I've created has been organic in terms of lead generation and business, open houses. I would do them 3-4 times a week. I had nothing to lose. I had all the time in the world to go grind. I was going to college at the same time too. And so definitely when I was done with college, I was really able to explode 2014, 15, 16. Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. I don't want to have to go through and grind that again, but I would do it if I had to. And I'd actually advocate that to people, become an agent. I made in my first commission, which was like after the broker split, was like, $10,000 or whatever. That was my entire year's worth of income working at Red Robin, So I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And so that just lit a fire into me and it kicked butt. And ultimately I ended up teaching people wedge deals. I would sit down at coffee shops with people in 2012, 13, 14, be like, hey, you should buy a fixer upper. I'll help you fix it up. I got the connections for you. And I would take people to my home, the home we were living in. And I'm like, look, we had this issue with the electrical panel. This is what we did, and this is how we solved this. And I would literally just handhold people through the project, and it was really cool because it actually not only helped people understand, but then people are like, wait a minute, I want to do this too. And so a lot of them have made great money. And for me, it's never really been about money. I think money's just a number. I've had clients come to me, and I'll sit down with them, and they're like, hey, Kevin, we want to sell our house, and I'm like thinking to myself, okay, well, if you sell your house. And I would tell them, we're going to have to charge you like 15 grand to sell your house. And they're like, we know, we want to sell. And I'm like, why don't you just rent it out? Sell it when the market's at a peak or something. And this would be like 15, 16. And they're like, wow, we never thought about that before. And sure enough, I actually convinced a lot of clients to rent their homes, which gave me like $1,000 commission as opposed to $15K commission, because I just thought it was the right thing to do. I'm a big fan of Aristotle and Plato, and I'm a big fan of just living the good life, and living the good life is doing the right thing. And so I'm a big fan of that.
Okay, cool. Appreciate the answer. Individual investor said, Evan, why rentals instead of being a home builder?
Oh gosh, I mean, these are completely different businesses. I think dealing with development is a completely different world. It's one I'm not well versed in. It's one I'm not interested in. I don't like dealing with the city. I don't like dealing with permits. I don't want to build homes. Maybe that's something like 20 years down the road, we'd be like, okay, like we've got a really good relationship with the city. Maybe there's a future market crash and the city's like begging us to build homes. Look, can I figure it out and be a great developer? I think so. Do I think that's like my strong suit right now? No, I don't want to get into developments. I don't want to do that.
Okay. Will any of the short-term rentals be on the Airbnb listing, or will they all be managed by your company?
Well, those are two different questions. So it's not an or question. They will be listed on Airbnb and they will be managed by our own company.
Gotcha. How exactly are you going to use the money you've raised? Like, what's the planned use of the capital from this round?
Well, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sit on it and park it in treasuries and make 4% or whatever. And we're going to roll those off probably every month. And that way we have access to capital as we need it, as deals come up. And we're going to, as soon as we identify a period where we're entering a trough into a market, we're going to go to that war chest and we're going to deploy cash at what we believe will be the bottom of the real estate market. And we're really excited about that because we think, if we can get in at low prices, we could really blow up the value of assets that this company is managing. So we're extremely excited about that. And I'm not raising money from the suits, so to speak, the institutional investors or whatever. This is social media, and I think it's the first of its kind, where we're going to social media to say, hey, here's an opportunity to be a founder in HouseHack. You know, you go to househack.com, you read the PPM, you upload your W-2s or your verification letter, and you're in. You can send money.
Okay, cool. Can we talk more about the AI in depth? I know you made a whole video about it, but I just wanted to revisit it again because I think that's one of the main parts about your startup that I think a lot of people don't understand. I saw a lot of your comments. People basically said that it's not really an AI and all this other stuff. So I guess my questions will be, what exactly does it do? How much did it cost, if you can say, and how does it compare to the AI of your competitors?
Yeah, I don't know what my competitors have. I don't really think I have any competitors. You know, I think it's a joke when people talk to me about competition in real estate. I'm like, really? I can find wedge deals all the freaking time. It's just not that hard. Any market somebody is flipping homes in. Like if you're sitting in whatever city you're in right now and you're like, oh yeah, I know there's a flip over there going on down the street, you could buy wedge deals too. Like there are so many of them. There's no shortage of these deals. So this whole notion of competition is just nonsense. There's no competition. Now, when it comes to the AI thing, I think people should really just pretend I never mentioned that we have this software that we might license in the future, because they're not paying a dime for the software right now. We're selling these shares at net asset value, basically. And it's just like icing on the cake is what it is. What it does is it reduces labor costs for us internally sitting around screening for properties, because it can score properties for us. And if we click a button, say, give us all the listings that scored an over 90% wedge deal in 20 different markets, in 30 seconds, I could have a list of 100 properties that are active and on the market right now that scored an over 90% on wedge deals. Great. Now I could sit down and go do an analysis on those 100 properties as opposed to doing an analysis on 10,000 properties. And so what we're talking about is a difference of labor cost. In the future, sure, we might license this kind of software, but we're not chomping at the bit to do that.
Do you need any employees to like run it, manage it, keep it going?
No, it's built on another. Here I can find out. It's built on an AI platform that updates over time. So that way we get the latest and greatest AI backend, but it uses our neural net that we've built on top of it. And what's really cool about that is anytime we run updates, I could just reach out to our 1099 contractor and they charge us by the hour and just like, oh, okay, yeah, we'll do a quick little update. I mean, the amount we're paying for that app on a monthly basis is nominal. Like it's because it's done, like it's built. It's just a matter of like updating things or fine tuning things a little bit. I'll find out what the name of, it's Vertex AI is what it's built on.
Vertex AI. Okay. Can you talk about your previous failures in real estate? I believe
Sure.
you had a video. I think I watched a video by you, maybe in 2019 or something, where you basically said you had a failed, I think it was either a contract or a construction business. Can you talk about any business ventures like that in which you've actually failed at? I think potential investors or non-accredited credit will probably want to know.
Oh yeah, of course. No, I'm always happy to talk about that. So I think actually the best kind of founder is somebody who has failed in the past, because if you have somebody who has only succeeded, you don't know how to identify what can lead to failure. The biggest problem that you could face as a general contractor is a market slowdown, which we had during the time of this company. Interest rates skyrocketed, but also working for other clients. That's probably the fundamental flaw of being a licensed contractor. If you are working for other people and people are wanting, customize this and that, and you can't scale construction decisions, you waste all of your time talking to people about nominal things that are completely worthless for the purpose of real estate value, and is only being completed for their own personal desire or whatever. It is literally the worst business to be in the world. Like if you want to do that, you should be what's called a briefcase licensed contractor. Briefcase licensed contractor is basically somebody who listens to all that crap and then subs it out. But if you are a licensed contractor, you have your own employees and you're running around trying to deal with all people's little wishes and desires, terrible business to be in. Combined with interest rates having doubled, or maybe not necessarily doubled, but rocketed up about 2 percentage points there in mid 2018. We're like, this is a terrible business. Like we can make this profitable, but there's no point. We can make more money doing other things, just doing deals in house. So that's what we decided to do. And then so we kept a lot of some of our folks who were with the company then. are with us now because they've proven over years to do phenomenal construction work. And now we just do our model at scale. We don't have to deal with other clients.
Okay. Pretty sure you answered this on one of your videos. I think I watched it, but just in case, I'll read it anyway. Can Kevin explain what raising money at a 1-1 valuation means for an investor? That means it has a pre-money value of $0, right? Which sounds like a good deal for investors.
Yep.
There you go. My question, can you explain, let me take that comment away. Can you explain what exactly are your 10 employees? Because I believe you said, you could correct me, but I believe you said you're going to have 10 employees. Can you explain like what those key positions will be, as well as what they'll be doing, and like what's their experience in real estate?
Yeah, sure. So we've got, let me write this down so I make sure I can follow along with it. So we have 4 people who are going to be doing construction and property management, not to include Lauren and myself. So we'll call that the PM team. Then we've got myself. Then we've got Lauren, who does property management. Then we have a CPA who's been an accountant for like 40 years, runs a very successful business. And then we have an employee CPA, one more person on investor relations, and then we have sort of our COO. He's great as well. So we got, what is that? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yep, that's the full 10. So someone who does operate like this is a full team here of 10 people. Not all of them are actually going to be on payroll right away, because we don't want to spend investor money for people to sit around and twiddle their thumbs. So we're probably we're not going to move the 4 property management folks over or we'll just or I'll cover their payroll is personally what I'll probably do. We might actually just put all 10 people on payroll at Househack and then invoice me. I'm not sure about exactly how we're going to do this yet. Invoice me for the payrolls for the 4 property management team while I keep them busy on a 6 unit that we're renovating right now. And what's really cool about that is we have the team, but it costs Househack $0 while they're just like on standby, which is great because I don't want people to feel like they're paying for people to sit around. So we're not going to have a charge for them until we need them. I get nothing until IPO. Lauren gets nothing until IPO. And then the CPA and IR and operating staff, that's a potential max of 4 payrolls. But some of those will also have like 50% of their payrolls reimbursed until we actually get to full operating because I'll just keep them busy doing something else. Again, I only want them to charge for work that they're actually doing for Househack. So we're going to have we'll probably have the equivalent of like 2 payrolls until we actually start buying properties. And then we can flick a switch and be at 4, 6, 8, 10, whatever we need quickly, because we already have those property or those individuals under my management. They're just at different companies now. When we move them over when we need them.
How much? I'm assuming all of you all are getting stock, right? Even the employees, they're all getting stock.
Correct.
I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, and Lauren gets no paycheck. I get no paycheck. Lauren gets no paycheck. We get stock. So the way that's going to work, we're still finalizing those details, but it'll probably be something between 25 to 30% that'll be a stock comp award for the founding team in terms of IPO shares awarded. And the way that'll work is they'll only be awarded if the individuals work with the company for 4 years. Now, what's really incredible about that is, they only get 25% every year that they're here. So if they leave after 1 year, they only have 25%, right? So the founding team is really incentivized to make it to IPO. Then when we make it to IPO, they will only be awarded shares if the investors' money doubles. That is, these original investors who are investing at 1-to-1, they have to double their money, and then we get options granted. Those options will be locked up. Well, 80% of those options are expected to be locked up on IPO day. So 20% would be available for sale. The other 80% is subject to lockup, with 20% rolling off every year thereafter. So it's like a really, really strong incentive to bring a very strong product to IPO, where we don't get paid unless investors at least get a double. Well, the people who are only getting stock comp, right? So I only get paid, and Lauren only gets paid if investors get a double, and subject to these vesting and lockup requirements. So it's pretty stringent. Like, we're basically saying we're only making money here if Househack kills it for the next decade.
Cool. Fabio, I see you're in here. If you have any questions, ask them. Give me just 1 second, Kevin. We got some weirdos, so I'm trying to. Fullhead, you could ban the people who are spamming. I'm gonna make Cole a mod too. Cole, you're free to get rid of all the weird people too, because that's annoying. Um, yeah, I think my question was more, as I'm losing my train of thought, I think it was more on the salary. So we talked about stock compensation. Do you know how much in total payroll would go? I know you're only paying 2 to 4 employees or something like that, but like how much in total would you say would be the payroll? Do you
Uh,
estimate? Obviously, you don't know. I know, just
yeah,
an
I mean,
estimate.
I have no idea. It depends on
Yeah,
how
I,
many
I get it.
properties we have. You know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's all going to be dependent on the work that we have. You know, so for the first 8 months, it could be an annualized 200 grand. When we're fully operating, it could be 800,000 to $2 million. I have no idea. That could include travel costs or whatever. I have no idea. So we expect that we're probably going to need anywhere between 25 to 50 properties. And those will be sort of like the first set of properties that'll cover all potential expansion costs to be able to go from 50 to 500 properties. So we think our operating costs will be relatively level between 50 properties and 500 properties. So there is like a hurdle where like the first properties, you're buying cash, you're spending cash to renovate them, you're paying payrolls, but you're actually not getting rents yet, right? So like the first 6 to 18 months are going to have sort of that like hurdle bump. But then once we get to 100 properties, 200 properties, 300 properties, then it's a lot easier because then you're just like adding on when you need. And quite frankly, 10, 11 people could support 500 properties very easily. Quite frankly, generally we look at it as one person per 100 properties is generally the way we look at it. Units, I should say, because if you have an apartment building, it's a little different.
Okay. My next question is, what are the potential risks to this business? I'm talking business risk, regulatory risk, and how will this business comply with the local laws and codes in the different areas that I'm sure you'll be operating in? Because when you're in different markets, there's different laws and codes.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we're only going to operate in initially probably 3 markets. We're going to pick our top 3 markets where we think we can make the most money, and we'll be experts in those markets, and we'll probably be the largest buyers in those markets that we choose. And so we will be very familiar with all of the licensing requirements and codes and regs or whatever. We're not going to be doing, I imagine, much at all, if any, structural work. So we're talking about basic things: paint, carpet, light fixtures, plumbing. Very simple. And Airbnb licensing is going to be a big deal. I prefer cities that already have Airbnb regulation in place, so that way you don't get rug pulled. Yeah, but I mean, these are just normal parts of running a business.
Okay. Thank you, Zach, for the nice comment. I think you already answered this. Yeah, trying to give you guys a chance here. So back to my question. So since you control 100% of the voting shares, how would someone hold you accountable? And what would happen if someone wanted to invest $10 million, but they also wanted some voting shares? They wanted some type of control or at least say in what's going to happen with the company.
Yeah, I mean, we'd consider that.
You would.
Yeah.
So right now you control 100% of the shares, but that could change in the future.
Sure.
Okay, that's good to hear. If your capital, Nate J says, if your capital will be tied up in house hack and your profits will not come until after IPO, how will you be financing your current lifestyle and expenses?
Well, first of all, my current lifestyle and expenses is not that expensive. My home payment is like $3,800. Like, my car is paid off. Lauren's car is paid off. Like, a lifestyle isn't that expensive. But to answer your question, course sales and YouTube ad revenue.
Well, that's a good segue because I know last time you came on my stream, we talked about this, but I just wanted to revisit it again. And I want to really get deep into this because, and I'm coming from not echoes, I'm talking as if I really wanted to invest in your company, this is actually one of my biggest concerns for this is you just having so much going on. So my question would just be like, what's the commitment to the actual startup, considering you've got the courses, the YouTube, you've got the ETFs, which I'm sure the ETFs is going to be a lot of work, and then you've got house hack.
Yeah, anybody who knows me knows this is not hard for me. This is easy. This is what I do. So look, I don't give out like here's exactly how many hours I'm going to do this and that or whatever. I do what needs to be done, and I get the work done that I need to get done. And even more than that. So it's not an issue. It's not something I'm really concerned about at all. I think what we have already set up are very efficient systems, and I've got plenty of time to do whatever I need to do to balance work and family, and I'm totally satisfied and I'm prepared.
What if the workload got so tough? Let's just say hypothetically, what if the workload got so tough that you're just like, man, it's going to take me 16 hours a day to do this, just the startup alone? Would you stop YouTube? Would you take a back seat from the ETS and maybe let the other people run it or something? Like, how would you do that?
Yeah. I mean, the largest priority is house hack. And that's why if we raise, for example, $100 million, I'll be putting $10 million of my own money into it. So, that is house hack is my top priority. House hack comes first. If I'm too busy with house hack, I guess I'm making less YouTube videos. It's that simple.
Okay. But you would never stop YouTube. You would just maybe take a back seat and do less, but you would never.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's necessary to stop YouTube. You could post a video once a week and it take virtually no time commitment and still be on YouTube, right?
Right. But then, like I said, what about the ETFs? Because, like I said, I'm speaking as an investor. That's a really huge concern for me because I know you're talking confident, but just running a startup is really, really tough. And I'm sure you know that. I'm sure you at least have an idea.
The ETFs aren't even for other people really. The reason I launched them is for me to put my own money into. So when I want to diversify out of Tesla, I can put them in there and defer taxes forever. It's a tax play. I don't really care if anybody invests in them or not. They're for me. So I don't expect it to take a lot of time. Like the only reason it's even being brought up is because people saw some SEC filings. Like I wouldn't even be talking about it otherwise, but whatever.
So just to confirm, so you're not launching ETFs for anybody. It doesn't really matter if people invest.
I'm launching the ETFs for me. If somebody wants to invest in them, they can. But I'm launching them for me. Like, it's not like I'm doing something here that is supposed to be this other big side hustle. It's like, I don't expect it to take a lot of time at all.
What's your goal? I think I read it. I think it was 100 million, right? But just to clarify, what was your goal for raising money? It was 100 million.
Yep.
And then if you reach that, what would that put the valuation of the company at? If you
100 mil, that?
It'd be okay. Just confirm.
Yeah.
It would legit be 100 mil. Okay. Cool.
So I got about like 3 more minutes.
3 more minutes. Okay. Well, that works because I've asked most of my questions. Let's see. When are you planning to buy? I think you answered that part.
Yeah, probably second half of 2023, 2024.
And why what makes you plan to buy at that time? What do you think's going to happen at that time? And what would you do if what you thought didn't happen at that time?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have to watch the metrics, you can make a prediction, but before you make a move, you have to see what was actually going on. Here, I'll show you. Can you go widescreen for a second here on StreamYard? Widescreen. Yeah, okay. So look, here's the way it works. If, we're right here. Well, that's way too large. If we're cresting right now, right here in real estate, what this means is we still have year-over-year gains in real estate prices. So, for example, if the real estate market looks kind of like it did this, if we're looking back right now to, let's say we're over, there we go. Let's say we're right here right now. That's where we are. And let's say we're looking back to August of last year. You could actually still see growth, right? Maybe it's 7%. Oh, wow, year-over-year home prices are up 7%. Great. But what's going to happen at the beginning of 23, or at least what I expect will happen, is home prices will have fallen more. And what you're going to see is oh, what are home prices doing now? Oh, okay, well, home prices are here. Okay, cool. What were they last year? Oh, wow. Well, last, March or whatever, home prices were up here. Oh, no, that's a decline of 18%. And now all of a sudden, you're going to have a lot of panic because every news organization is going to go, oh, no, well, the month-over-month numbers were negative, but the year-over-year numbers were still going up. Now the year-over-year numbers are going negative. Oh no, this is terrible. And I expect that's when you have true panic that'll set into the market. And I wouldn't be surprised for as long as rates are still higher, there to be some opportunities. Now that is predicated on rates still being higher. So, for example, if we get to that period and Treasury yields are still at 3.5% on the 10-year, there could be a lot more damage that occurs to the market. If all of a sudden next summer Treasury yields are on the 10-year 1.8%, it might be go time already because the bottom might be over already, or we might be right at the bottom, and we're starting the U-turn. So it just depends what happens with yields. It depends what happens with inventory in individual neighborhoods and cities. Real estate's very, very local and depends on the deals that come. So we can't make any guarantees. We just don't know. But these are just our expectations, and then we'll check the market against our expectations and make a decision.
Got it. What happens if worst case scenario house hack cannot raise the projected capital of 100 million?
It doesn't matter. Then if we raise 30, we can do it with 30. If we raise 40, we'll do it with 40. If we raise 70, we do it with 70. Like it's the only it's less work for me to deploy less capital. Like the company's going to happen either way. Like I expect to launch this company either way, at least the trajectory we're on now. More money means more properties I have to deal with. Less money means less work for me. And it's a loss to whatever investor was thinking about investing and didn't, because quite frankly, in my opinion, if you missed out on the founding round of investing at a dollar equals a dollar, I mean, that's sucks for you. This is what I think, because I think it's a really great deal. It's unheard of in the venture capital space and private equity space, at least I believe. But again, as with any kind of startup or private equity, you can't make any guarantees. You can lose all your money. So,
can you talk about exactly the makeup of the $13 million that you've raised? Is it mostly accredited investors? Are there some big whales?
Oh, everyone's accredited, and the average investment is $54,000.
Okay, and then what's the largest investment that you got? What's the largest single investment?
I'd have to check, but I mean, I mean, ultimately, it'll probably end up being my investment when I put in, whatever money I end up putting in down the road. But right now, it's probably somewhere. I've seen some 300K, I've seen 500K, so somewhere around there.
Okay, so there's nobody that's invested at least 1 million.
Well, not that I'm aware of at this point. Yeah.
Okay. Are you still considering putting non-accredited investors? Are you still considering that? I know we talked a few days ago.
Yeah, it's a consideration because we're going to go, we expect to go public anyway. So, I know there are a lot of people who have concerns about non-accredited investors because they're like, oh, well, non-accredited investors are unsophisticated or they might not understand or whatever. We plan to go public. And with a Reg A filing, you need to be audited by the, you need to be audited. The SEC has to review everything. And it's a much more burdensome regulatory process, but it's a process we have to go through anyway, right? So, I think that's, we may as well start that process now.
Okay. All right. I think that's all that I have. Those were my questions. You got to go. I understand because you said 30 minutes, but we've been on for 47. So I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Again, just want to make this clear. I know it started off rocky, but like I said, I have no ill will towards you. I want you to succeed. I really hope you do. I think it'd be awesome, but I just wanted to get to the bottom of this thing because, like I said, Kevin, I just really have some concerns, and that's just what it is.
Yeah, I mean, anybody can have concerns, and quite frankly, if anybody has concerns and they don't want to take the leap of faith on Kevin, don't invest. It doesn't, like I said, the less money we raise, the easier it is for me. We have to hit our hurdle of 25 mil, and as long as we do, we're good. We're gonna create House Hack, and if you're on the ground floor and you want founder shares, here's an opportunity. If you don't want them, don't join. I really don't care. It doesn't matter to me if somebody's part of it or not. If somebody's like, well, maybe I'd invest $100,000, but I don't want to because you're ugly. I don't care. I really, really don't. I will follow and pursue my dream, which is building out House Hack. And if I start at 25 million and we blow it up to $10 billion one day, great. If we start at 100 million and we blow it up to, $10 billion one day, great. it makes no difference. The trajectory is the same. So it's like people want to wait and invest in 2 or 3 years because they wanted to time the stock market or whatever. Maybe they'll have the opportunity to do that. It'll just very likely be at a much higher valuation. I mean, it's unheard of to be able to invest at founder shares 1-to-1. But again, that's because I'm doing it as a way to give back to my YouTube community, and so I'm really happy about that. I'm going to be very proud of that in the long term, and I hope to make everybody very, very happy. So, well, thanks for having me on.
Sure, appreciate you.
Yep, absolutely. We'll see you. Bye.
All right, thanks, man.
Bye.
All right, there you guys have it. I just saw your question. Sorry, Cole. I mean, I can message him if you want. Anybody got any last words about what Kevin said and everything? I know we started off a little rocky. I'll be honest, I did not expect him to get mad at what I said. I didn't think I was being a jerk when I said the thing about the reputation. I didn't think that Kevin would actually get mad at that. I thought it was fair, honestly, to say that his reputation took a hit. And, you know, when you just think of things like, you know, selling all your stocks, the DUI, just all the stuff that's going on with his YouTube, you know. I'm not saying that his reputation has taken a hit necessarily in venture capitalist land, you know, in terms of the big boys. You know, I guess I'm sure the big boys are still probably fine with him. Some probably don't like him, some do. But I just think you can't really deny. That there's been some history of reputation. So, like I said, I was actually shocked that he got so mad at that. That caught me off guard. I was like, dang. He really got upset. Fabio, I was trying to get you to ask questions. I was waiting on you. Cole says, I love you to message him. Tell him I'm not interested in the better conversation. I just have listened to Startup Podcast. I want to interview him about starting a company. Yeah, I could try Cole, but honestly, after this one, I don't think he likes me very much anymore. I think he was like cordial, you know, kind of okay, but I think after that little riff we had at the very beginning, he seemed to be pretty upset about that, which is fine. It is what it is. But Cole, to be honest with you, if you want Kevin to come on your channel, you should probably ask Strongman. I don't think Kevin likes me anymore, which I mean, I'm not sure he ever did like me, but I don't think if I messaged him, he'd respond. I think that comment I made got under his skin, even though I wasn't trying to. So, yeah, that's all I can say, Cole. Ask Strongman to text him. Ask Strongman to text him. Does anybody have any last comments, though? I saw somebody comment and say that this interview was really good and it was better than, you know, his little live stream. I tried to ask the best questions I could as somebody who doesn't really know too much about real estate, but you know, still, I thought my questions were fair. Hey, Echoes, did you get a job yet? Yeah, that was a joke last week when I said that I don't have a job. I have a job. I have a very good job. I'm a compliance officer. I've said that many times on the channel. There's too many people here watching for me to be joking around. So, yeah, no bacon. I have a job. I've had this job for some time now. And like I said, my occupation is I'm a compliance officer. That's what I do in my day job. Yeah, Cole, banks do invest in stuff. I mean, they give them loans. So like, if Kevin wanted to get a loan, he could do that. He could probably go to a bank and get loans for a startup. They could do that, but I mean, what would you rather do? Get a loan from a bank or raise the capital from VCs and accredited investors? You know, but yeah, you can. Anybody got any last things? I mean, I'm surprised most of you guys have stuck around. I thought people would have left. What the F is a compliance officer? All right, do me a favor, these nuts. Go look it up. Go look up what a compliance officer is. You'll find it out. AI models are more for data-driven and statistical requirements. I work in the AI field. Dude is pitching snake oil with AI. Interesting. Yeah, it'd be good to see a much better. Your demeanor was spot on. Yeah, can anybody explain why he got so mad at what I said? I really want to know. Let me see. I really want to know why he got so mad. And then he brought up a comment that I made like a while ago or whatever. I do want to know why he got so mad. How many of you guys were here at the very beginning where he literally got upset with me? I really want to know how you guys feel about that because that was funny. People really don't know what a compliance officer is. I'm surprised to see that. I'm not sure why he got mad at the very start. Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm asking. That's what I want to know. For those who haven't seen it, go back to the beginning. He got really mad at me. Like, skip to like the 20-minute mark. Like 20 minutes in, this is basically what he said. He basically said something about the reason why he's incentivized to do well is because he's 30 years old. He'll be 35 in 5 years. If this doesn't go well or he does anything bad or makes a fool of himself or anything, it's going to sink his reputation. That's what he said, basically. And he probably won't be able to do something like this again in the future because his reputation is gone. My argument, which I thought was a fair argument, was, to be honest, man, when I look at Twitter and I look at the terrible comments you get, when I look at all the hate you get on YouTube, he gets a lot more hate, in my opinion, than somebody like a Graham Steffens or some of the other people. You know what I mean? Like, he gets like 3 times as much hate. So I think it's a fair assessment to say that your reputation is already kind of bad. I'm sorry. I obviously he's not going to like that, but it's the truth. I don't think that's me hating by saying that. And when I said that, he got really mad. He actually literally read something on his phone of something I said in my live stream, like, I don't know, like last week, where I basically said, like, the goal of this live stream is to basically get people to see that his startup is going to fail, which I do think it's going to fail. And I made an entire video saying that. And of course, the guy who's the founder of the startup isn't going to like that, of course. But I just would have expected him to be more professional. You know, I think maybe I'm just a little bit more thick-skinned than that. But I know for me, if I was in his position, I wouldn't get mad at people saying really anything. You know, my thing would be, you know, you guys can feel how you want. My revenge is going to be when I'm a billionaire in the future, when the startup works out. That's the way I would look at it. I mean, look at Coinbase. Coinbase started off as a startup. Those guys are all freaking billionaires. Like, that's the way I would see it. So my only thing would be, I don't know why that comment specifically he got mad at. Like, I thought it was fair to say that your reputation has taken a little bit of a hit. Like, let's be honest. His reputation was probably better in 2021 during the meme stock movement and all that crap when stocks were going up than it is now. Is that not a fair assessment? I think that's fair. I don't think that's me hating. I don't think that's me being malicious, which I guess that's kind of what he implied. That was a little weird. I thought what I said was fair. But anyway, we can move off that topic. It started off boring and off topic, in my opinion. I mean, it's a conversation about startups. I mean, what do you expect? This wasn't a debate. I think he was mad for when he heard the comment the first time a week ago. Oh, yeah, well. He got mad because you mad dissing his reputation. You think so? I really didn't think I would. Like, I had no intentions of dissing him when I said that. I really thought that I was just being honest. I thought that, like, everybody kind of knew that. You know what I mean? But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe his reputation is good. Maybe I'm wrong. It just, for me, it doesn't feel like it, you know? But I could be wrong. What do I know? Kevin explaining how AI works had me rolling on the floor. Yeah, it would be good to have like an AI expert get on and talk to him. That would be good. You were only telling him the truth and he got mad. Yeah. Question, do you still think he will fail? Yes. And I kind of highlighted the reasons why. For me, I don't want to say he will fail. I guess that's a little harsh. So I'll change it. Okay, I'll change it. I don't want to be too harsh here. I'll say this: it's not something that I would invest in. Okay. It's not something that I would say I think people should invest in. Don't get me wrong. Investing, you shouldn't be emotional when you're investing. So if I actually thought that me, Kevin's idea or startup was going to be the next freaking Airbnb or something, you know, the next big thing, I would invest in it. Why not? Like, I don't care who it is. If I'm going to make money, I'm here to make money. But my problem is, I'm just not so sure about it. You know, I'm just not. For me, I've read the PPM, I read the website, I read the PowerPoint stuff, and when I looked at it, for me, I just don't see it as something that's going to work. That's just me personally. I just don't see it as something that's going to work. And if people think that that's harsh or rude or mean, I don't know what else to say. But I live in reality. I like to be honest. If somebody tells me my YouTube channel is going to fail, I'm a loser, whatever, I'm not going to care. Like, you think what you think, I think what I think. I don't think it's anything to get offended over, He got mad because you challenged him on how he reacts to hate. His response was to get mad and not be able to handle what he perceived was hate. Yeah, I think this might be a really good explanation of Slurpees. I don't think that anything that I said was hate. I've been very clear. I do not hate me, Kevin. I don't hate any of these people. I just give my God honest opinion on what I think they did on their YouTube channels in 2020 and 2021. That's all I've ever done, and I continue to give my honest opinion. If me, Kevin, if I really thought that me, Kevin's startup was going to be amazing, if I thought it was the next freaking Zillow, the next Redfin or something, if I really thought that it was like that, even if people were going to, because Kevin said this in the live stream, he basically made it seem like all my followers want me to just talk bad about him, which I honestly don't think that. I really don't. I think most of my core followers are pretty honest people. I think they're a lot like me. I think they're fair. I think a lot of you guys are honest, and that's why I appreciate you guys. And I'm talking about my real community, the people that I know, like this guy, like Bat. People that I actually know, not these no-name weirdos who probably come over from other channels to troll. I'm talking about my core followers. I don't think my core followers hate Kevin. I think my core followers are just honest. They might not like something that he's done in the past, and they might not think that this startup is going to work out. That's all. That's really what I think that me and my followers represent. I think we just represent pure honesty and truth, and we're not trying to do this whole Mr. Nice Guy thing. Let's be buddy buddies. Like, I'm sorry, but you're just not going to get that out of me. You're not. I feel like that interview was fair. I think he got mad because he thinks you're hoping for his company to fail, but you're really just hoping to warn people how dangerous a startup is. Bingo, Edwin. Bingo. Kevin, if you're still in here watching this, which you could be, because now I know based off what you said in the stream. Now I know that you hang in here and you watch. So, Kevin, if you're watching this, this is exactly it. This is spot on, Edwin. This is spot on, and I appreciate you saying that because I don't know what it is that will make anybody think that I'm a hater of his. Like, I really don't understand at all. I feel like I've been fair. There are some people on YouTube, I'm not going to say their names, but there's some people on YouTube who are just downright haters of him. I don't think I am. But yeah, I agree. I think the point of this stream, for me at least, was to warn people how dangerous the startup is. And I think if you watch the stream closely, I think one thing you guys can give me, I may not be the best at interviewing, but I think whenever Kevin gets on here, he always exposes and talks about things that just really make you scratch your head. Like, one thing that caught my attention, did you guys notice that? One thing that really caught my attention was when he got on here. One thing that really caught my attention is when he got on here and when we talked about the ETFs, and he basically said, I guess he doesn't really care if people invest in them. I guess he said the ETFs are more so for him than for other people, I guess, which was very shocking to me. And that's why I said that's why these interviews are good that I do with him, because we always end up getting something out that he's never said before. I've never heard him say that before. And that was a shock to me. I'm like, wow, like, holy cow. Meanwhile, my girlfriend just walked in the door. What's up? Hello. He's not on here no more. I'm just talking to the people now. So you're free to, do whatever. Make as much noise as you want. I'm about to call it anyway. I'm just giving last thoughts. Okay, guys. So yeah, thank you, Edwin. I agree. And I really appreciate you saying that, because I know for a fact I'm not a hater. I know it. I hold people accountable, man. Like, what else is there to say? I hold people accountable. Just like people hold me accountable. I do my Friday market live streams, and we have debate shows, and every people held me accountable for talking about Arrival and DraftKings and stuff. And I don't have a problem with that. You got to be able to take criticism. You got to. Got to be able to you got to be able to accept haters too. When you have the following this guy has, yes, you're going to have haters. You got to deal with it. You can't get mad. You can't. All right. His reaction was a step up from normal, though. Usually he would just block you and delete comments on his channel until he had time to settle down. That's funny. Yeah, I think he unblocked me from his channel, which is good because, hey, I feel like I'm reasonable. A compliance officer is someone who makes sure political figures and companies are in legal bounds and gray area to be figured out before, during, and after audits. part of it, a compliance officer isn't exactly tied to political figures. You can have a compliance officer for any company. So basically, what I do, okay, I'm literally a baby lawyer. That's literally what I am. Except I'm a baby lawyer in the insurance field. So I work for an insurance company, and I'm a compliance officer for an insurance company. So just to expound on what Violinda says, which by the way, hey Violinda, I know you've been on my channel before. Welcome. Uh, Violinda is basically saying make sure it's political figures. I want to take that part out. Yes, I used to work in politics, but I haven't worked in politics in about 2 years since 2020. So yeah, I am a compliance officer for an insurance company, and basically I'm a baby lawyer. Literally, what I do is I read laws, I interpret laws, and this is gonna be really boring. I'm not gonna spend too much time on this, guys. But the bottom line is, I make sure that my company is complying with the law. That's basically what I do. That's my job. I work with an entire department. Well, our department's not that big. It's like 5 of us, but I work with a department. Most of the people I work with is lawyers. I'm one of the only people in that department that's not a lawyer, but because I can read laws, I'm in there. Um, but yeah, that's what I do. I make sure that my insurance company is complying with all the different state laws. Every state has a Department of Insurance and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to bore you guys, but that's the bottom line. So that's what a compliance officer basically does. That's what I do. Now, depending on what company you work for, it could be a different title. But for me, that's what I do. And one of the main reasons I like it is because money. It pays a lot better than I got paid in politics, which is why I switched. Okay. Let's keep reading before I cut this thing off. Echoes, but you did damage your reputation. I mean, hey man, it's whatever. Hopefully he's not too upset because I'm not trying to offend anybody. It just that's how I feel, man. You know what? That's what it is. I'm not here to hold my tongue and make somebody feel good. I'm here to tell the gosh dang truth, and that's just how I feel. I mean, no offense to Kevin in saying that, but that's just how I felt, man. You swore once upon a time to never compete with a course. Oh, this must be an old question. Yeah, Kevin's not on here no more. Echoes gets mad. Okay, you're just trolling. I follow you, and I don't think that I am quite neutral. Thank you, Violinda. Yeah, I think I'm pretty fair. This person says, no, I definitely hate Kevin. And that's fine. This is my thing. I don't know if it's just him or not, but I'm telling you guys right now, if I had 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube and I had all this money and a beautiful family, which he has a wonderful family, and I've got $20 million in the bank, I would give a flying flip flopping crap what anybody has to say about me. Like I just wouldn't care, to be honest. Like sure, I'd engage the criticism sometimes, but I think if I was in this position where I'm a public figure like that, I've got a huge following, I've got all this money, I've basically made it in life, I'm successful, I would give a flying crap what people think for the most part. So, yeah, for you to say, no, I definitely hate Kevin, I mean, that's fine. Like, I'm sure there are people who hate me, and I just don't care. As long as you don't do nothing crazy, none like overdoing or none, as long as you keep it internet, who cares? That's the way that I look at it. And I've told Kevin this before. I'm like, dude, like, why do you care so much? Like I wouldn't care personally. I am not an accredited investor, but I am interested in the house hack AI. Yeah, Violetta, you're actually one of his course members because you've been on my channel before and you said that. Yeah, most of his course members are not accredited. I know that for a fact, which that makes sense. Nothing wrong there. But that's why I would not be surprised. Well, not be surprised, but that's why I guess that's why he's doing the non-accredited, like he's opening up his thing to the non-accredited investors. Matter of fact, let me cool the air a little bit. I'm going to tell Kevin I appreciate him coming on. And I truly do wish you the best. I like Kevin, but dude has been getting high on his own ego. Man's not the same guy I used to follow back in the day. Yeah, I actually do agree with you, Gus. I've been following me Kevin since like 2020. Yeah, I agree though. I've been following him since 2020. Yeah, he's definitely different in my opinion too. But hey, Echoes, what is your mom making for dinner? You mean my girlfriend? This is my apartment that I pay for, and that's my girlfriend that lives with me, not my mom, sir. I told you we're not joking this time. There's too many people in here for me to mess around. I don't want nobody to be running around lying. Echoes is a broke bone. Lives with his mom. The opening to non The opening to non-accredited investors smells fishy and might be interpreted as a grift to me. Your thoughts? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, one thing I will defend Kevin on. I will defend him on this. I will say this. You have had other YouTubers make videos calling it a scam and saying that it's a grift. I don't think it's a grift. I really don't. I don't think it's a scam. I'll be honest, Timothy. So that's the one thing. If Kevin's still in here, you'll probably appreciate this. Now you can see that I'm not a hater because I'm actually giving my honest thoughts. I'm sure people want me to say it's a scam, it's a grift, but I don't think so. Yeah, if he opens it up to non-accredited investors, I definitely see why you would think that for sure. I could definitely understand the reasoning of why you would think it's a grift, not a scam, because it's not a scam. If you read the documents and everything, he's complying with all the laws and everything. It's not a scam, but a grift. I can see why you would think that, like trying to get money from his fans. I can see why you would think that. Um, but I don't think it's a grift. I'll be honest. I actually will defend Kevin here. I think that he probably knows that majority of his followers are not accredited investors. So he probably feels bad about it. He's probably like, okay, well, I got to figure out something to get these guys in because I think that's fair, right? If you've been in Kevin's course for 2 years and you really want to be a part of this, but you can't because you don't have the money, is that really fair? I get it. Now, on the other hand, I don't think he should go the accredited investor route. The non-accredited investor route. I don't think he should go the non-accredited investor route. And the reason why I think that is because it's just too risky, in my opinion. Um, he said it in the live stream too, but it's the God honest truth. Non-accredited investors are typically not sophisticated enough to understand what they're getting into. And it's not a diss, but it's true. You know, Johnny Day Trader with $3,000 in his Robinhood account typically isn't as sophisticated or understands fully the risk of what he's getting into when investing as somebody who has a $1 million net worth or is making $200,000, $300,000 a year, which is basically the requirements to become an accredited investor. So, yeah, I definitely recognize why you think that, but I'm going to give my honest opinion. Again, guys, you don't got to agree. If you think that it's a grift, that's fine. I'm not going to let anybody say it's a scam because it's just not. One thing we don't want to do is we don't want to just outright lie. Okay. Now, a grift, I can see why people would think that. I can understand, right? A scam, it's not a scam. It's just not. It's a startup that he's doing. He's following all the laws. Um, and yeah, and like I said, in my opinion, I don't think it's a grift. I don't think he should let non-accredited investors in though, but I don't think it's a grift. I think he really means well with that. He just wants his followers to get in on the action because most of his followers aren't accredited. The conversation was pretty good. I just feel like this startup isn't a good idea. Why would he not care about ETF? So some poor folks can throw money into it. Yeah, that comment was very shocking to me, Daryl. That was very shocking. That was very shocking. Hi, Echo's girlfriend. I'll tell her you said hi, Slurpee. She just got in the shower. But yeah, back to Daryl. Yeah, I was very shocked to hear him say that too. That was that was shocking. That was shocking. I will admit that was pretty shocking. Um, I really want to stop making so many videos about the guy, so I'm not going to make a video talking about that. I'm just going to put timestamps and let people just see that for themselves, and people can make the decision that they want to make. But yeah, I was very shocked to hear that. I don't know why you'd make a. I mean, I don't know. I don't know about this stuff. He knows more. He probably knows more about this stuff than me because he's got people like Ross Gerber advising him. I'm sure Ross Gerber helped him construct that ETF, and I'm sure when you start an ETF, there are all kinds of tax benefits to that. So maybe that's why. I don't know. I'm just speculating. I have no idea. Kevin doesn't understand data science. Yeah, maybe not. Props to Kevin to come on your channel to clarify, though. Yeah, he gets props for that. Yeah, he gets props for coming on. Like I said, I just don't understand why he got so mad. But yeah, he gets props for coming on. Believe it or not, this interview actually got a little bit more heated than the last one, I'd say. Like the last one, he never got mad. He came on drunk, and I mean, he called me stepsis, which was disrespectful for sure. Which he doesn't do that anymore. We nipped that in the bud. He would not be doing that anymore. But yeah, this interview I would say was actually a little bit more heated because the first like 20 minutes in, things got heated for like 10 minutes, which I did not expect. But It is what it is, man. It's whatever. We echoes from above over here. We ain't ducking it. I don't know why he got rid of it, but I'm glad he did. That screen that he read on was not cool. Yeah, that's true. In 5 years, roughly, how many employees do you see House Hack growing to? Nick, you're gonna make me say mean things, and I don't want to say mean things, but I don't think it'll make it 5 years, man. Startups are hard. They mostly fail. Like, what's different about this one? I don't know. I mean, if it succeeds, then maybe he'll grow his thing to 25, 30 employees. I really don't know. 5 years is a while. I'd be interested to see how this thing does in 5 years. Oh, so you said sorry. I thought he was still on. What's up, Dave? In normal times, real estate. These nuts is normally a troll. Are you trolling? You're probably trolling. That is good interview etiquette. Interested in learning about what exactly is House Hack AI is exactly doing. Accredited investors will be able to dump on the non-accredited investors. That's a good question. That is a good question. It's not a scam, but it might be a grift. Details aren't forthcoming. He'll give out more details when it comes. But yeah, I'm glad we're all in agreement here, because again, we don't want to come off as just outright liars here. That discredits you, because we're trying to do something real here. What we're trying to do here, at least what I'm trying to do, we're trying to make sure that we explain to potential investors exactly the risk with his startup. And like I said, I strongly just don't see it working out. I hope it does, but I just don't see it. And yeah, it's not a scam. I can understand why people might think it's a grift because of him doing the non-accredited investors thing. I can understand that. I don't think it's a grift, though. I want to make that very clear. I don't think his startup is a scam or a grift. I actually don't. And this comes after me reading all the documents. I read everything. I read the whole PPM, which was boring, but I read it. I read the presentation, boring, but I read it. I watched his videos. Those weren't boring. He's not a boring guy to listen to, which is one of the reasons why I made fun of him and his videos so much, more so than like Jeremy LaFavor, somebody, because those guys are boring. Larry Jones and Jeremy and everything, their videos are freaking watching paint dry. Kevin's actually entertaining. I'll give him that. Echoes, me, Kevin does not scam people. He clearly told everybody to sell when the Fed started rate hikes. When did I say he scam people? I never said he scam people. I mean, we could go in depth on how I really feel about like Kevin and what his, basically what his channel, what he did in 2021. But I'm not going to get into it. I've made so many videos about it. There's no point in getting into it. Just go watch my own videos. But yeah, I don't think I've ever said he scammed. I'm not saying he scammed. But there was some gray area stuff. I would argue. There were some lines that were toed in 2021. But again, we're past that. We're talking about the startup here. That's where we're at with it. And that's just where it is. Definitely not a scam. He has to follow a ton of regulations and laws. If it turned out to be a scam, he would end up in jail, which I'm confident he doesn't want. Yeah, exactly. He's not dumb enough to do anything like that. Exactly. Yeah. People were called. That's why I said there's like several YouTubers who are legit calling it a scam. I would just call them out and say, you got to be careful doing stuff like that. You're not just attacking me, Kevin, anymore. You're attacking an entire company and the company's reputation. I would just be careful, just outright lying. Like, if you're calling me, Kevin, startup a scam, you haven't done any reading. You either haven't done any reading or you got to get this thing checked. You got to get that brain checked, because that's not normal. That's ridiculous to call it a scam. It's not a scam. Yeah, that's a good point. Accredited investors aren't typically educated either. Just because they have a job to pay a certain amount, or they inherit a certain net worth. Well, actually, most millionaires are self-made. So I wouldn't say that most of them inherited their net worth. That's not true. A lot of people are self-made. I think most people who are millionaires work for. I don't think a lot of them got it inherited. Yeah, it seems like you might be offended at what I said, but I still stick to what I said. On average, accredited investors tend to be more sophisticated and understanding of the risk than non-accredited investors. I'm going to keep it at that. Hopefully, you're not offended by that, but it's the truth. You know, most of the higher net worth individuals are typically smarter than the freaking 21-year-old Robin Hood day trade. I'm just being honest. I'm not saying they're smart either, but they're smarter than the non-accredited people. I missed the part where he got mad because someone gave me a timestamp. Yeah, I could find it for you, low key. Hold on. It's like 20 minutes in, Gil. When I end this live stream, which is going to be pretty soon, I'll let you know, Gil. I'll put the timestamps after this video so people can see. But yeah, he wasn't happy with me. He was not happy with me. He did not like my comment. He got me. I'll put in the timestamp. Yeah, I'll put the timestamp. Oh, this guy's back. The king troll. The king troll, the cheek clapper. I like me, Kevin. I'm a fan. But why is everything he does so important? These people upset at him just seem like bad investors who don't do their due diligence. No, Kevin, no. Kevin Hairpaul, I don't agree with that. No. You guys got to stop with that stuff, bro. That's really condescending when you say stuff like that. I like me, Kevin. I'm a fan, but why is everything he does so important? People upset just seem like bad investors. No. We went over this. Like I said, I don't want to revisit it because I've already made so many videos. But I think based on everything that happened with me, Kevin's YouTube channel from 2021 to 2022 now, I think people have a right to be upset. I'm just going to be honest. I don't care. I think people have a right to be upset. So I don't agree with you, Kevin. Echoes, you should invest with Kevin to get in on real estate wedge deals to diversify. No, if I want to do that, why not just buy real estate on my own? Which, by the way, I do plan to buy real estate pretty soon anyway. And by pretty soon, I mean like in a year or two. I plan to buy real estate for the first time anyway. But yeah, no, I wouldn't invest in Meet Kevin startup because I just don't believe in it, you know? So for you asking, you should invest with Kevin to get in on real estate wedge deals, diversify. Yeah, nah, I'd rather just buy my own real estate. Who exactly is doing the house buying? His staff or AI? I'm assuming his AI points out the wedge deals and then his staff buys them is what I'm assuming. How is the startup a grip? How does Kevin benefit from this without everyone benefiting? Yeah, I agree. And I think we've all been critical of Kevin, me and my entire group. You know, you guys know people I run with. It's me. I guess Fabio doesn't really count because Fabio stays away from the drama. But I think me, Strongman for sure, and Jay Nagy have all. I don't even think Coles really gets into the drama too much either. So me, Strongman, and Jay Nagy have all been critical of Kevin. But we try to be honest. You know, we try. I know Kevin doesn't always agree, but I feel like I try my best to be honest. And again, that doesn't mean he's going to like it, but yeah, I don't think what he's doing is a grift. I just don't. We might watch me, Kevin, become a billionaire in the next 5 years in real time. Bro, I hope it happens. Yeah, Gil, I hope it happens. I really do. I hope me, Kevin, becomes a billionaire. I hope he does. That would be awesome to see. That'd be a great redemption story. Everybody would be happy. A lot of retail investors would make a lot of money. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. And I hope it happens. And if I miss out on that opportunity, like if he ends up doing that and I missed out and they look back at history and they're like, oh, look at this old hating, lame clown on YouTube was hating on this guy. And now look at him. That's fine. It is what it is. That's fine. But I hope he makes it. Hope he makes it. I really do. I'm gonna give a word of advice too. I think the only way this works for Kevin is if he puts a ton of hours into it. I don't think he can manage YouTube full time, course member live streams, Discord, ETFs, whatever else he's doing. I don't think he can manage all that and still do it. I think the startup is going to be more work than he thinks. But what do I know? He's got a way higher net worth than me. So what do I know? This is just scaled SHF rentals. What's so hard to understand? So I highly doubt it. Get Larry to come on. Okay, let me throw out the invitation again. I don't think I've already extended out the invitation, but Larry Jones, if you want to come on my channel and debate me, you're free to do that. It will be a respectful debate. I will not be rude to you. I will not be mean. I will not blah, 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 blah. Feel free to come on, Larry Jones. Matter of fact, that entire group, Larry Jones, Keenan Gray, Stockmo. Matter of fact, all three of you could come on if you want. I will take all three of you on if you want. Like I am perfectly, or we could do my group versus yours. It could be me, Strongman, Fabio versus Larry, Keenan Grace, and Stock Mode. That's their little crew. And if we want to switch it up, it don't even got to be Strongman. It could be me, Fabio Cole. It could be me, Jay Nagi. I don't know. It could be anybody from the crew. I would love for me. I said this too, guys. I said this. I freaking said this. It should be me, Cole, Jay Nagi, Capital Mindset, and Strongman versus all of the YouTube people, all the YouTube grifters. Like, I would love that. We should honestly just all get on stream together, all of us, or we could even do one, but however we want to organize it. But I think we should all get on stream together. Jeremy LaFave, Larry Jones, Stock Mo, Keenan Grace versus me and the Rue Rabble crew. And we should all just go line for line the basis of finance. And let's see who knows what. No phones, no looking stuff up. What are the three main financial statements? How do you calculate the PE ratio? Just simple. Let's just go through everything. Let's all look at a balance sheet together, and let's all see who knows what. And I'm not saying I know the most about investing. As a matter of fact, I'm actually still in the process of learning right now. I got 2 books upstairs that I've been reading right now, so I can learn as much as I can. But the bottom line is, I believe that I know way more about investing in stocks than Larry Jones and Stockmo and Keenan Grace, and I would love to debate them on it. And it's not about who knows more than what. I just think that those guys aren't qualified to talk about investing. If you just listen to when they talk, they never give any deep, in-depth analysis on any stock, anything about the market. It's just this regurgitated, I watch CNBC all day garbage. That's all it is. It's this basic crap. Like Larry Jones literally just had a video where he just said, yeah, family, what's good? What's up, good people? I think that the Fed is going to raise rates by 75 basis points, good people, okay? Like, no shit, dude. Like, every freaking bank has come out and said that the Fed's going to raise rates by 75 basis points tomorrow during FOMC. Everybody on Wall Street has already said it. Like, it's this basic bull crap that you saw on CNBC. Like, dude, you're not making any special prediction. Like, what the heck? It's crazy. 90% of self-made guys are not, though. The person might be good, but self-made is a myth. No, it's not a myth, Fuhat. Most people are self-made. You can look it up. Most millionaires are self-made. I'm sticking by that. It's the truth. All right. Yeah, hopefully I could get Larry Jones on. I would trust Kevin because he was a successful real estate broker before he came on YouTube. Okay, see, no offense, but this is the stuff that worries me with non-accredited investors. Now, you might be an accredited investor. I don't know. I'm not dissing you. But what you're saying is something I would expect. I don't know how to say it nicely, bro. I guess I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to insult you. Okay? Appreciate you being here. This is what I'll say to your question. This is no different than when people invested in Voyager and said, oh, Steve Ehrlich, the CEO, he was successful at E-Trade. He used to be the CEO at E-Trade, so he's going to be successful at Voyager. Wrong. Just because you were successful at something else doesn't mean you're going to be successful at the next thing. So you saying that I trust Kevin because he was successful at real estate broker doesn't mean anything. Doesn't matter that you became a multimillionaire being in real estate. It doesn't matter. None of that means anything. What we need to know going forward is what are the risks of this startup? How exactly is he going to succeed? What is he going to do with the money? What exactly is his plan to succeed? And you got to understand he's not on his own anymore. Maybe he did well in the real estate on his own ventures. Congratulations. But you're in startup land now. You're going against the big boys, Open Doors, Zillow, Blackstone. You're going against a lot of people here. So no, I'm sorry, bro. I don't think it's wise to say I trust Kevin because he was a successful real estate broker. Like, and no offense to you, bro. Thank you for being here. But, I just got to be honest, man. That's not enough. That's not enough. Him being successful in real estate, in my opinion, doesn't mean much of anything, to be honest. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, it's good that he has some experience. That's definitely good. Don't get me wrong. But like I said, this is just like the guy with Voyager. The guy was literally the CEO of another trading platform, E-Trade or something like that, Steve Ehrlich. And then he became CEO of Voyager. And everybody's like, oh, this guy came from one of the biggest, trading firms or whatever, ever. He's going to do great. He knows what he's doing. And Voyager went bankrupt. Very same thing could happen to me, Kevin. I'm just saying, guys. It could absolutely happen. All right, I should probably call it. You could be a critic and still invest. Oh yeah, if I am a critic, and I would definitely invest if I thought it was a good startup, but I just don't believe in it. So I'm not going to invest in it because I just don't believe in it. That's just where I'm at with it. Did I say the three balance sheets? No, I didn't. Did I say three? Whatever. The three financial statements. You guys know what I mean. I didn't mean to say that. I won't mess up like that if I go against the grifters, by the way. But you guys know what I mean. Uh, Echoes, where are you going to buy real estate at, bro? Chicago? Probably not Chicago, but probably somewhere in Illinois. Yeah, probably not Chicago, though. Yeah, probably not Chicago. I don't know. If people want to guide me or help me out, that'd be good too. But yeah, in 1 or 2 years, definitely plan to buy some real estate. Don't know where yet. First, I got to learn about real estate. I don't even freaking know what the heck I'm doing. I got to learn. So that's where we're at with that. Buy real estate and build the equity yourself. Take that money, put it in the market. Self-made. He lived rent-free with Lauren's parents. Got parents to co-sign on mortgages. Yeah, I literally asked him that question, and he basically said that didn't really happen. So I don't know. Maybe the co-sign thing happened, but I don't know, man. Uh, hey, Bree is in the building. What's going on, Bree? Hopefully Rodney's in here too. That's my boy. But what's up, Bree? Glad to see you in here. I didn't know you were a subscriber, Bree. That's what's up. Maybe you're not a subscriber, but I appreciate you being here either way. What's up, though, Bree? Most millionaires also like 60 years old. Yeah, that's true. It takes a long time to build wealth. Yeah, most millionaires are 60 years old. I should have clarified I'm a fan of you. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know what's funny? There are actually a decent amount of people who are me Kevin fans, but they also like my channel as well. And I appreciate that. I think that validates the fact that I'm not a hater. All right, is the chat getting dead? Is it time to go? How did the stream go? I missed it. After I end this, I'm going to put the timestamps. You'll be able to see it. Real estate is nice in Plainfield. Is it? You talking about Plainfield, Illinois? You from Illinois, bro? Got to learn about real estate. Echo's going to be Kevin's newest course member. Nah. No course member for me. No course member for me. Hell yeah, I'm a subscriber. I try to subscribe to everyone in the chats who have a channel. Hey, I appreciate that, Bree. I appreciate that. Well, I don't know if you watched the Meet Kevin interview that I just did, but hopefully you enjoyed it. Full Hat says, I like your hair. Yeah, I like your hair too. Her hair is cool. All right. Well, anything else? Anything else, folks? Is it time for me to call the stream? Is it time to end the stream? All right. Was Kevin drunk this time? No, he was not drunk, and I appreciate that. Appreciate him giving me the respect of not being drunk. Full Hat says good interview. Thank you. I thought it was a good interview too. Yeah, it's over. Good questions, bro. I'm a Meet Kevin fan for real estate, but not for stocks. I'm also an Echoes from Above fan. I definitely appreciate that. Yeah, like I said, I'm shocked, but there is definitely a decent amount of people who follow me, Kevin, and follow me. So there you go. I feel like some people can handle it when I criticize their Lord and Savior, which I saw we had some cult members earlier who were being really weird and basically saying Kevin could do no wrong. I'll never understand the cult behavior we have on social media. It's weird. Thing that sucks about real estate is the barrier entry. Besides, that's super easy. As a realtor, it's sad. People can pay $1,500 rent for years, but won't get approved for a $900 mortgage. That sucks. I just got here. I actually just fell on my ruckus and I'm icing my knee. Saw you were live and figured I should pop in and say, hey, definitely appreciate that. Definitely hope your knee gets better. Sheesh. Be careful out there. And yeah, definitely appreciate that, Bree. Yeah, me, Kevin was on here. That's basically what the stream was about. Freaking interviewed him. Okay, well, I asked my girlfriend if I should end the stream. She said she doesn't care. So there you go. You guys know I like streaming, so we could keep talking. Me, Kevin looks very sick. He looked okay to me. The basic respect of not being, yeah. Buy a duplex in Blackstone stock. Just stay away from this trash investment. Good job, Echoes. Thank you, Dan. Obviously, you know, Dan, I like you a lot. You're a really cool guy, and you're actually good at investing. You know your stuff when it comes to investing, so that's always dope. You think I should buy a duplex? What do you think about a duplex?
Sure,
Let's ask my girlfriend. What do you think about a duplex?
Sure, why not?
Really? Wow, I'm surprised you're saying that. Well, I just told the YouTube world that we're buying property in about a year or two, so.
Yeah.
Which you and I already talked about. By the way, the stream said, hey. That was like 20 minutes ago, but when you're in the shower, the stream said, hey, Echo's girlfriend.
Hello.
That's funny. You said you don't care if I'm streaming, right?
No, I'm gonna get ready and eat. I'm still watching my show.
Oh, yeah, we got to eat dinner. Crap. Yeah. Okay. I should probably get off soon. I want to eat dinner. Yeah, I know. Me too, actually. Eat some more baked chicken. Echoes, you're going to do another interview with him. I want to see more of that where you keep him honest. LOL. I don't know, man. I really don't think he likes me after this interview. I feel like I've communicated with this guy so much at this point. He's been on my channel 3 times. Him and I have communicated through text. You know, I feel like I know him well enough to kind of know him at this point. I don't think he likes me. I think what I said really rubbed him the wrong way, which I really wasn't trying to do. So, yeah, I would absolutely do another interview with him. I don't know what it would be about, but yeah, if he wants to, it wouldn't be over the startup because we already went over that. But if it's over something else, sure, I would definitely much rather talk to him about like stocks or markets or something like that because I understand that stuff way better than I understand like real estate and stuff like that, which I don't really understand. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't think he likes me after this, and that's fine. I mean, I've been one of his biggest critics. Like I've been making videos about the guy since January, so I'm surprised he comes on my channel at all. Like, so he gets respect for that one. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. If you're one of his subscribers, ask him. I don't know. I feel like he doesn't like me after this because, like I said, the first interview we had, I thought that interview was going to be heated, but that first interview we had actually wasn't heated. It was actually very therapeutic and healing. He really opened up about like mental health and his issues with Graham and if he has beef with Jeremy, which he said he doesn't, and the whole DUI thing. He really opened up. It was pretty dope. And we didn't really go at it at that interview. It was pretty cool. Or debate. This one, we legit went at it. Like, he got mad and read a message, read something that I said in the old line. Like, he got angry. Yeah, Fuhead, you come on if you want. Why not? You guys know I really enjoy live streaming. Live streaming was fun. And plus, we have 87 people in here. So thank you to all the 87 people right here. Good interview. I like that you do research and come prepared with questions instead of just trying to wing it. Yeah, I did prepare. Yep. It eliminated a lot of questions where answers were already known. Yeah. Now I did, unfortunately, there were some questions asked that were already answered, but you know, I tried my best. I could tell by some of the questions I asked that he had never had those questions asked before. So I definitely think that I asked him some good questions. Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a good interview. I think people watching are gonna definitely get something out of this for sure. What do you do on your channel? Yeah, Bree is a crypto influencer, kind of. I hope I'm not mischaracterizing that, Bree. I know you were. Maybe you're not anymore, but you were. She has a Twitter too. She's got like 10,000, 11,000 followers, something like that. Feel free to follow on Twitter. But yeah, Bree's cool. Bree's cool. Yeah, Forehead, you could definitely come on. I don't know if you guys know how we do it on here, but the way I do my live streams is I actually bring people on. I don't do the whole, you know, I'm an influencer. I'm a YouTuber. I'm better than people. Like, anybody can come on. Like, we're chill over here. That's the type of community that we're building over here. We're a chill community. Nobody's better than anybody. Anybody can come on if you want. If you want to come on and talk, you want to come on and talk to me about the B Kevin thing, you're free to do that. By the way, most of you guys know, too, I do long live streams. This one won't be quite as long because at some point I got to eat dinner and be with my girlfriend and freaking watch TV or whatever we end up doing. But yeah. I'm sure we got new people. So for the new people, yeah, I let people in on the live streams. That's how we do it here because it's fun. Yeah, Fullhead is definitely welcome on. Fullhead is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Fullhead,
Oh, welcome. Hello. Good
the
morning.
GOAT. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty good. I
Nice. Good
actually
to have
fixed
you.
my camera finally.
Yeah, I know. You finally got it facing the right way. Yep, you got it facing the right way. Which I don't know. I think I like the other angle.
That's what
better.
I was saying, dude. All my
Yeah,
friends
I'm
like,
not gonna lie to you,
no.
man. I think
He's
the
like,
other angle might
no.
have been better. That's funny. All right, man. Well, what did you think of the interview? What'd you think?
Oh, I thought you did a good. I thought you did. I thought you did a good job. I think Kevin has
Okay.
mental health issues though. I
what?
think he needs to go to therapy or something.
Okay, what from the interview made you think that? What happened?
Well, if he fucking got physically upset at you for just throwing out valid criticism, that might be a sign.
Yeah. Yeah, I hope you didn't take that the wrong way because I
think
didn't
he
think that would be
didn't,
anything
but-
to get mad at. I thought that was fair criticism too. Like I mean, look at all the hate he gets. You know, like
It's
Come on
like
now.
Elon Musk. Elon Musk has a lot of simps. People die for Elon Musk for no apparent reason. People die for me, Kevin, for no apparent reason. Just people just worship these figureheads because of the parasocial relationships they have with these guys.
Yeah. My bad. He actually just texted me, so I guess he doesn't hate me. So I didn't think he messaged me back. But I just messaged him, just basically said, I appreciate you coming on. Good luck with your ventures and stuff. And he basically messaged me back in a way that makes me think that he's not that mad. So I guess he's not mad at me. There you go, guys. Maybe Kevin will come back on the channel sometime and we can go back at it again. Because like I said, I'm never going to take it easy on the guy. Like, I just don't think that's a good
Well, you
interview.
shouldn't.
Yeah,
That's
I'm not gonna do-
that's what journalism has to be.
Yeah, I agree. Just like with Tom Nash. I think people misconstrue that too. If you look at the very first time Tom Nash came on my channel, I grilled him. The
I
second
haven't
time
even
he came
seen
on my
these Tom
channel,
Nash interviews.
yeah,
I
the
wasn't
second
even
time-
around for this.
Yeah, you might not. I feel like you were, maybe.
I wasn't. No, I was thinking the first time I caught your live stream was
Okay.
doing. I saw you doing the boxing thing, and that was the first time I got exposed to you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's funny how you found my channel. You found my channel in the weirdest way possible.
Well,
I
I got pissed. Fucking, I first saw it. I was about to fucking comment and be like, know what, dude? Graham Louis said he doesn't fucking box and he doesn't do a competition round.
Actually, I think you did. I think I remember you. I think when you first commented on my videos, I think you were very critical of me, which is fine. I welcome that. That's fine.
Oh yes, thank you, Lincoln. Thank Mr. P
I apologize
for all these nice big camera angles. I'm probably gonna end up getting a new. I'm probably gonna end up. Hold up, wait, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna go grab my actual camera. My actual cam. So for chat, I actually do have a camera. This is my camera I was thinking about shooting on. It shoots 1080p to 720. But I haven't got the SD card and the transmissions for the UBS and the power cord. But yeah, this is the camera I'm looking to shoot on actually.
Oh man. Would you break up with your girlfriend if she joined House Hack?
Dude, fucking ask about hard questions, dude. Fucking would you? Fucking I would.
No, I wouldn't. Well, one, she doesn't even like know anything about this. She doesn't keep up with this stuff at all. She doesn't care. She just she's got her own life that she's worried about. But if she thought that House Hack was a good investment and she put money into it, no, I wouldn't care. Actually, to be honest with you guys, my girl has money. Like she's actually doing well for herself. So
damn.
I mean, yeah, she's doing well. So I mean, if she wanted to, there she goes, nodding her head. Yeah, so I mean, she has enough money where she can invest in something like that, and it wouldn't affect our household financially. You know what I mean? Like that's one thing I do like. Both of us are doing well financially, so
well, yeah,
I think that's good. We got like a little power couple going on here. So, but yeah, to answer your question, no, I wouldn't care if she invested. At the end of the day, you can't be emotional when you're investing. If she thinks it's a good investment, I wish her the best.
Also, this one too. Kevin does not know anything about programming.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know anything about programming, so I can't criticize it.
Like
But people have said that.
W2 is in here. Yeah, he's a programmer. Like Kevin does not know. If you go to Kevin and ask him what Y finance is, like NumPy and like Matplot and like Seaborn, he's not gonna have any fucking clue about what these things actually are. These are all Python packages that Python programmers use. And
Yeah.
you didn't ask my question. I want to know what fucking code he was using for the AI. Because if he uses like ALM, like if
I
he's not
mean-
using like an actual statistical code, it's gonna get fucked.
Yeah, I mean, when I message him, he's responding to me right now. So I mean, I can ask him right now for you.
Why don't you just ask him like what code is he actually using
Okay.
for like the
Yeah.
bot?
Yeah, I don't know anything about that stuff. That's why I didn't ask. But yeah, I can ask that. Nah, it's strange a famous millionaire goes on this channel. Yeah, that's what I said, Francis.
It
That's
is
actually
very
what I said.
weird.
Yeah, I said that too. I said that same thing. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I don't hate it because it's good for the channel, but yeah, I agree. That's why I said when you guys were asking me about like criticism and stuff, and that's why I didn't understand why you got so mad. Because like I said, if I've already made it in life, I got $20 million. I got a beautiful family. I got 1.8 million subscribers on YouTube. I would give a crap dumb tard what a guy with 7,000 subscribers has to say. Like I would just ignore the hate, to be honest. Like I would ignore it.
I think you just can't. That's the issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm just putting myself in his position. Like, I know me, my personality, I welcome criticism. I think criticism is good because 9 times out of 10, the people who've been most critical in my life have made me a better person. Like, even though I didn't want to hear it at first, you know, I've been criticized a bunch of times in my life about family members or close friends and stuff like that. And it always happens the same way. When they first say it, I don't like it. But later on, I think about it and I'm like, wow, they're right. And it ends up making me a better person. So I just think criticism's good. I really do.
I think he takes criticism, but like he can't regulate his emotions very well.
Mm-hmm.
That's the reason why he got pissed at you, I think. Because once you took a jab at his company, I think he internalized it as taking a jab at himself. Because I think he sees the company as a representation of himself.
Yeah, but here's my thing with that, Phil. I feel like when you sign up to be a public figure, you gotta
when you throw your hand in the ring, you open yourself up to criticism.
Some nasty, mean, hating people on there. That's just what it is. So I feel like you got to either ignore it or you got to figure out a way to balance it where it doesn't affect your mental health. Like, I don't even have that many subscribers, and I've had some of the nastiest,
the internet
most
is
evil
a
comments.
ruthless place.
People have said some horrible things that have made me so mad. Like, but it's like it is what you sign up for that, you know. So you got to figure out how to balance it.
Yeah, that's one of the issues I had with actually making content. Because the internet's such a ruthless place. You put your content on the globe and you hope people like it, then it gets ripped and shadowed. Fucking like 9 ways to fucking Sunday. Like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. Francis says it's so obvious Kevin should just ignore all this. Honestly, Jeremy has handled it better. He has and he hasn't. I think Jeremy has gotten
Jeremy now, dude.
I think Jeremy has gotten so much criticism. I think Jeremy should at least go on one channel and clear the air. I do think he should do that. Now, does Jeremy need to come on these channels several times? Because Kevin's been on Strongman's channel like 2 or 3 times. He's been on my channel 3 times. You know, does he need to do all that? No, I agree. Jeremy doesn't need to do all that. He doesn't need to, for crying out loud, Kevin threatened to sue me. Like, come on now. Like, you don't need to go that far. But I do think Jeremy has handled it better, kind of. But he should come on somebody's channel. I think Jeremy should probably go on Strongman's channel at least one time and take the criticism head on.
Jeremy won't. That's the issue. Jeremy just lives in his nice little homes and does not care.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's one of them, he's one of them fucking guys that, like, he has no soul. He literally does not have a soul anymore. It is so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. And for that we trust. Yeah.
Dude, I speak for chat.
I'm sorry, Kingdom, for ruining the chain. I'm sorry, man.
What chain?
Yeah, I wouldn't say it like that, Francis, but I agree, but not like that. Like, we all dream of living a life, me, Kevin's, yet he's in here with the rest of us losers. Makes no sense. I wouldn't say in here with the rest of us losers, but like, you know, if it's like Elon Musk, right? I mean, I don't want to compare it, but you guys get what I'm saying. It's like With
It's the
Chamath,
parasocial
come on.
relationship stuff.
What's up?
It's the parasocial relationship stuff.
Yeah, it's like would Elon Musk or Chamath Palihapitiya come on one of his critics that only has 5,000 subs on YouTube? Probably not. You know what I mean? Probably. Now that doesn't mean that they wouldn't debate a critic. They'd probably debate a critic that has built a huge following. They probably would. But my thing with Jeremy is the reason why I think Jeremy should debate Strongman is because we know for a fact that Strongman got under Jeremy's skin. He got under Jeremy's skin so much that Jeremy has a freaking pinned the link in his description that has Strongman's favorite ETF that he made famous, VT, versus Jeremy stocks. So if you've indirectly acknowledged Strongman, you might as well go on the channel. That's my thing. Like, you clearly know Strongman is.
Wait,
he clearly got under
he
your
literally
skin.
linked to VT.
Yeah, did you know that?
I don't like ever since Memory died, I just stopped.
Yeah, no. We know for a fact that Strongman got under Jeremy's skin, which is why it's hard for me to respect Jeremy for the fact that you acknowledge Strongman indirectly. Strongman posted a video where one of his subscribers caught Jeremy having a picture of Strongman in the background of his computer. Like, Jeremy actually posted
No
a video
way.
on YouTube. Jeremy posted a video on YouTube, and if you look at some of the tabs in his background and you
His fucking Strongman
you can actually
dumbass.
see a Strongman personal finance video. So it's like clearly this dude has gotten under his skin. Like, come on.
Hold up. Wait, Shamala fucking blocked Kevin, dude. I fucking hate Shamala.
Oh, somebody said, yeah. And that's my other thing about Kevin getting so upset with me is people don't know Kevin was trolling the heck out of like,
fucking Grant
billionaires
Cardone
in 2021. Like, he trolled Chamath so bad, Chamath blocked him. Like, he really was trolling. Basically, what I'm doing to Kevin is what Kevin did to Chamath. I'm just going to keep it real. Like, Kevin was really trolling him, calling him paper hand and all that. So I just don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
Slushy makes up a good point. The fact that he said that pretend I didn't say the AI thing doesn't exist is actually, yeah, it is extremely dangerous. He does make a good point. I didn't even think about that.
He said that?
Yeah, Slushy, yeah. When Meekhead said pretend the AI part didn't exist, it was a little alarming.
Oh, wow. There you go. And he said that in this interview, right?
Yeah, and this interview, yeah, too. And like with the issue with too,
you guys listen better.
If we're getting back to like the AI thing itself, with how he's gonna do it, I'm assuming he might end up using a lot of data science to like figure out like what the market's actually doing, like the local markets. And if he doesn't acknowledge that his AI is a thing, he's gonna get fucked. Even if you're having humans look at the property and have everything happen. If your model just shits out shitty prices and you can't fix the model, you're fucked. It's literally called overfitting in the data science world.
Yeah, it's a big problem. That's what happened with Zillow. Zillow's AI.
I can't comment because I don't really know what's up. I just know Zillow did the fucking one thing you said, and it seemed like it was pretty fucking dumb.
Okay.
The eye shares thing, or the how Zillow would fucking go buy houses for fucking insane prices because of AI.
Yeah. Yep. And they lost $500 million doing that.
Oh God.
I know. Bree says the internet is a wild place. It's true. You should see what people from the Saitama committee have said in recent months. Just got to brush it off. Yeah, Bree, I actually made a video about you way back when I had like 100 subscribers. It wasn't just about you, but it was you and like all the other people that were involved in like the Saitama community. But yeah, I mean, one, I'll say I respect the fact, Bree, that you've grown. You've definitely grown from where you started in the Saitama crypto community. So shout out to you for growth. And yeah, the Saitama people are some of the nastiest people ever. As a matter of fact, that's one of my highest viewed videos. And when I talked about Saitama, yeah, those people said some awful things about me. They were very mean. So yeah, you're right.
What even is
crazy
Saitama?
Place. You got to be able to take it.
I don't say it was a cryptocurrency, but like, was it after like Flocky Inu? Like doing all that fucking fiasco?
Kind of. She was involved with Saitama, but yeah, I feel like it's all the same stuff. It's like meme coins.
Yeah, I just knew it was part of the meme coin movement. Yeah, that too, dude. Yeah, he literally fucking trolled fucking Grant Cardone. I fucking hate Grant Cardone, dude.
Yeah, that's a good point. He did. He really trolled Grant Cardone.
Like, fuck,
And
dude.
that's
Like,
what I'm
even I
saying.
won't fucking do the shit that fucking he did to fucking Grant Cardone.
Yeah, bro, but that's what I'm saying. So why get mad at other people, man? Like he was the king troll.
That J guy. The J guy that you like, Julius V, the JV guy with the hex die and it has JV. He said that the business model is fine, but he also house flipped. And you like him. I forget what his name is. It's like Julius V something.
Juan?
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan. Yeah, he's a YouTuber. Yep.
He said that the model was fine because he house flipped the business model itself.
Right,
Not
but
like
Kevin said he's not house flipping.
yeah, he's not. From my understanding, he's using it as a rental.
Yeah,
And
he's just downright buying and selling, and he's also like using it as rentals too. Yeah, but he's not flipping, from what I understand. Somebody said, "Why is he always saying the F word?"
I read that. I
Head.
read that.
He's full head. That's his thing.
But the ETF thing is very concerning. If you want to learn more about that, Patagonia just did that with Dell. They just made a whole entire trust fund just to do that. It's like a Bill Gates thing too. Bill Gates has a trust fund to shield his assets and to have his stuff shielded properly, which is very weird, which I'm shocked. Also, this one too. I don't understand why Meet Kevin just doesn't use seed capital.
Mm-hmm.
Like Maturino, I was thinking about seeding it, but that's due to the fact I play fighting games. I understand that Maturino is just straight up is just like a good cause. But even with seed capital, even if you're trying to do venture, you gotta understand this shit's gonna blow up. The only people that do venture well is literally Sequoia, and Sequoia recognizes it's gonna blow up. And he made a comment about that one guy that I am the former CFO of PayPal. I think Josh something. He's part of the Trammell Crew podcast. That Josh guy, he actually does this, but he does like he has venture, and you can go in on the deals with him because he has so much experience, but he just takes cuts. Which I don't understand why he just didn't do that. I don't understand why he's not going to venture firms. Like, I understand if you're trying to do the YouTube thing, but still, you gotta get venture capital if you actually want to be legit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, no,
the
you're
credit
right.
investors are good, but you need an actual venture firm or a venture person or a solo capitalist backing you or
that's
angel
one
investor.
thing. Yeah, that's one thing I thought of too. It didn't seem like he had any venture capitalists when I asked. He basically said he's mostly accredited investors, and I guess he said the biggest donation he got. Sorry, not donation. The biggest investment he got was $500,000, which it's good to get those types of donations. But I was shocked that nobody had invested $1 million, $2 million, $3 million. So that tells me I don't think there's any VCs involved in here, at least not yet.
This is very weird because he knows that Blackstone exists. Like, he knows that everything exists, but like he won't acknowledge it. Like, fully. Like, I understand like he can't give away the game. But like the same exact time, you kind of need to give up the game to get the money.
Yeah. Yeah, when him and I talked and I asked him about Blackstone, like he didn't really seem to know much about it, to be honest. But maybe you're
Because
right.
a lot of people don't know Blackstone exists. People don't understand the power of venture capital. Like 99% of people don't know that BlackRock fucking exists.
Yeah, and I wish I knew more about this, but I just don't. That's why I wish Fabio would ask more questions. Honestly, Kevin should honestly get on debate Fabio. That would be great. But I know Fabio
ain't gonna do that. He just got raided, dude. Like his Discord server just got destroyed for no apparent reason.
Yeah, but Fabio, and shout out to Capital Mindset, by the way. Make sure to follow him. But Fabio compared what Kevin is doing. He basically said that Blackstone does the same thing. That's
They
basically what
do.
Fabio said.
They
Like,
do. To put in
basically Blackstone does
perspective,
the exact same thing that he's doing.
to put in perspective how evil Blackstone is, Blackstone literally invested in Legoland. They have it on his website. And
Yeah.
they're just, I was like, okay.
Which we, yeah.
Chicken, baked potato, green beans, and breakfast.
Oh, you had got that baked chicken?
Huh?
You had got that baked chicken that you cooked?
Yeah.
There's one more too, ain't there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yo, do you guys having baked chicken?
Yeah, my girlfriend cooked baked chicken.
What a nice lady.
I know. Okay, let's see. Oh, I can't wait to examine the Meet Kevin ETF.
Oh, yeah, dude. This ETF is going to be dog.
Dan,
I'm
did you see
sorry.
what he said? I mean, honestly, I was going to examine it too, but there's no point anymore. Did you see what he said, Dan? He said that he basically created it for him. Like, he doesn't even really care if people invest in it. That was like bombshell. I'm like, whoa. So, honestly, is there really any point in examining it if he doesn't?
Oh, you should. You have to. You owe it to
think
the
so?
people.
Okay. I mean, I mean, if he doesn't care, what? I just look at it like, what's the point?
Well, you have to inform.
Okay.
Like if you're really about it, you got to.
Oh, I'm about it. You know that.
Yeah, I'm not really questioning the fact you're not about it, but you kind of need to make these videos.
He can't hide his trading losses anymore. We will see what he is made of. Yeah, maybe.
That is a good point. That makes a good point. Due to the fact it's all gonna be public now, we can actually get a pulse on everything immediately.
Yeah, by the way, the last time he came on my channel, not this time, but the last time he came on, I asked him what stocks he was invested in. He never answered that question. I really want to know.
Have you even asked him if you read a finance book?
That's a good question. Man, that is the best thing you've ever said, man. I use that too. I tell people that. I'm like, man, how many of you guys have actually read a finance book? That's a good one. I wonder if he has. I give.
Yeah, I'm assuming
credit,
he's read at least something. Like Graham actually knows a bit about finance, but
yeah. No, I'll tell you what I honestly think. I think Kevin probably has read a finance book. He's probably read several. I don't think Chris Sane, Larry Jones, Keaton Gray, Stock Mo, Jeremy, I don't think they've ever read a finance book. And I'm talking about like from front to start to finish. I'm not talking about they bought a book and read the first few pages. Like, no, have you read a full finance book? Matter of fact, I got 2 finance books. I'm upstairs. I'm reading right now because I'm trying to learn more.
I'm finally going through the Financial History of Berkshire Hathaway by Adam Newway. I have a free DDL copy for the free digital DDL copy for anyone that wants it because Adam's just a good guy and he's a good author. I'm willing just to give away for him, and it's a really good book. But it goes over like the financial history of his Berkshire. Just to understand like how a company will actually develop.
Nice. Bree, I definitely appreciate the honesty because, like I said, I literally made a video and I included you in it. I hated the Saitama people back then. I'm like, this thing is a scam. You know what's funny? I told Rodney this too, which Rodney's a crypto YouTuber, by the way, My Crypto Journey. I told Rodney I was the first person on YouTube who talked bad about Saitama, at least that I know of.
No.
I literally made a video in like October. And I said, Saitama is a scam and it's going to fail. And I got so much hate, man. I only had like 100 subscribers back then, but I got so much hate. I got so much hate. Matter of fact, Bree, weren't you at that Saitama Las Vegas thing or whatever? After that Las Vegas thing, when they basically said they were going to come out with the freaking app or whatever, Saitamask or whatever, and it didn't happen, I freaking made a video and I let them have it. I'm sorry to say, Bree, but I mentioned you. I don't think I let you have it, but I definitely let Jake Gagan have it. I let that Hinnock Crypto clown have it, which, by the way, I can't stand that clown. And, yeah, I let people have it. I was ruthless. All right, we get away from the crypto.
I just don't know much about it.
Did Kevin ever upload a video exclusively to talk about his election loss? Yeah, he did. He did. I remember waiting for one, but do not remember seeing one. I know it's not a secret. He lost, but still. No, he made a video. He made like a 40-minute video on that.
I always forget that he just took a fucking fat owl in the fucking election.
Yeah. He said at least he beat Larry Elder. No. He didn't beat Larry Elder.
Who the fuck is Larry Elder?
Larry Elder's a Republican, popular Republican in California. No, Violinda, it was Gavin Newsom who won the recall. Then Larry Elder was up there, and he was a Republican. And then Kevin came in actually technically third. Technically. But no, Kevin did not beat Larry Elder. Matter of fact, I'm going to look right now, make sure I'm right. Now you in my field. Now you in politics. That's my field. Hold on.
Oh my god, dude. He actually just took this. He just had it just to fucking just take this hell, dude.
Yeah, when he ran for governor, that was the first time I ever looked at Kevin. I was like, yeah, I don't know about. Hold on, I got to charge my phone. But that was the first time I looked, and I was like, yeah, this is weird. Like, why is he running for governor? Where's my charger?
Bree, if you actually want to loan and shit, you should join the Capital Mindset Discord. There's a lot of good people though. Like Dan's in there. There's a lot of good info. It's actually the best Discord I've been in. And I've been banned from like
Discord
I've been banned from like fucking like hundreds of Discords. And I've been banned by TDM Ouchid. Oh yeah, boys. I finally have done it. I got blocked by my hero. I've been blocked by Guy Spiel for telling Guy Spiel that Tony Robinson is a fucking asshole. And then he proceeded to block me.
Wow, I'm shocked to hear that. The individual investor says, I've never read a finance book. It's not the end all be all. We all learn differently. Yeah, individual investor, I agree, but I mean, at the same time,
mimic too.
I think if you're gonna make a YouTube channel and talk about stocks and long-term investing, I think you would have to, or at least you have a finance channel.
What's the Discord link?
You got to
have read boys.
Books. You have to. In my opinion, I think it's embarrassing, but individual investor knows what he's talking about for sure. Like the individual,
but you could just really mimic too.
Stuff. So I guess the individual investor, I talked to him, so I know how he learned, but I would just say individual investor. Most people don't learn the way you learned. Like most people got to read and study and stuff, and yeah.
How did you learn if you don't mind me asking?
Basically, somebody taught him. Basically.
Oh, okay. So he had mentorship.
Somebody taught him, and he learned on his own, basically from just getting his butt kicked back in. He's been doing this for a while. Like he's been doing this longer than me. He's been.
Oh no, dude! He got his ass handed to him.
Yeah, he was telling me about it. I don't know if he wants to reveal all that, but you're free to say what you want to say about that individual investor. But yeah, I really vouch for this guy. I actually learned a lot from him.
He seems like he knows what's up.
He's good.
I just don't like trading.
Huh?
He seems to know what the fuck is up. I just don't like trading.
Right. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. He's a trader, but he really knows his stuff. He really understands markets. And that's why I said I like that he has a YouTube. We need more people like that on YouTube. Bree says, I wish you had told me back then. I think I added you or DM'd you or something. I don't know, but I tried.
Did you try to get her to fucking cash the fuck out?
I would have cashed out. Oh, Bree, let me tell you something. Here's a secret that I got to tell you. I actually bought Saitama. That's what made me flip. I bought Saitama. Obviously, it was a speculative investment, but I bought Saitama sometime in the summer last year. And after that freaking Vegas thing, and I think I like 3 or 4x my money in it. But after the freaking Vegas thing where they didn't come out with the app, I sold. I was like, this is a flat out scam. That freaking Russell, whatever his name is a scam. Why the heck is the rapper Willie D doing promotions for this freaking thing? So that's when I knew. So, yeah, I wish you would have cashed out too. But, yeah, I called it out as a scam a while ago. My channel was just too small to have made a difference. I want to find the video and see what you said about me. Yeah, I can tell you. I can show it to you.
The only, like, crypto, my, like, first big, like, exposure to crypto and the crypto bubble was I was in class with all my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
These are all chefs, by the way. We're all getting trained to literally manage restaurants. Like I'm literally trained to like manage books and like to make sure the book doesn't get cooked. Because if the book gets cooked, you're fucked. Like if you saw COVID, everything got fucked. Because the books weren't good. And then your restaurant just goes down. The restaurant industry is so cutthroat already that you're not making profit if feed prices go up, if chicken just goes up and you're screwed. But I remember one of my classmates, she had like shadow money in Doge, and she straight up said Doge or the moon. And I was like, no fucking way, dude. In my head, but I didn't say anything because I didn't want to be a dick. But then, like a few months later, I was talking to another chef, and I was actually wrong in my prediction. I'm actually wrong. I said to the guy that I don't see Doge falling between 15 cents anymore. Falling below 15 cents. And now it's fucking falling below fucking 15 cents. So that I'm technically wrong.
Yeah.
But I predicted the whole entire fucking just.
Hold on. This person says, Echoes, what do you think about 538? I used to love it during 2016 elections, but haven't checked it out since. There's definitely better polling sites out there and companies. I don't use 538 anymore, but yeah, there's definitely a lot better ones that are out there. So, I mean, I could send you some links, but to be honest with you, I don't really follow politics that much like I used to. Back then, I used to eat, drink, and sleep it, but I don't really follow it that much anymore. So,
You had to give it up. Had to give up the life.
huh?
Had to give up the life.
Yeah, I had to go. I had to make some money, man. It got ridiculous. I had to make some money, so I gave up. I gave up politics so I could actually go out and be a man and make some freaking money, because politics wasn't paying me crap. That's where it was.
Oh, dude, this is why I get pissed off about for U.S. politics. There was no mention of international politics at all, which is very insane. Like the EU does not exist for the U.S. Like the
Yeah, they don't.
the
Yeah, you're
United
right. They don't talk
Nations.
about it. Yeah, they don't talk about it at all. But when you look at international politics, they're very, very interesting. There's like a lot. There's like way more drama than there is in U.S.
Well,
politics.
just look at ECOFIN.
Yeah.
Just that whole committee's insane.
Yeah. And some countries' political parties are like very interesting too. Like they're way different than our political parties here for sure. Individual investor says, "Nah, I never got hammered. Actually, investing and trading changed my life. I'd just be a lot better off if I sold all my crypto in the 2017 rally instead of some." Yeah, I know he likes crypto. I haven't bought any BTC since 1800. I was already in. Yeah, individual investors have been involved in crypto since 2015. So
Makes sense.
yeah,
Makes sense.
he had Bitcoin during the early days. Bree says, I cashed out a few K after the event, but I really thought it would go back up. Back then was about a month later. I think when I started to turn. Either way, the event was fun as F. Hey, that's good that you had fun. I mean, yeah, it looked lit. It sucked for people who invested in the freaking coin,
Echoes. We all gotta do a FinCon meetup. And we all just gotta pull up as a squad and just scream at all of them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I saw that they had a little FinCon. I don't want to do that because I'm already controversial enough, and I don't want nothing bad to happen. You know what I mean? Like I don't want anybody to be weird or just like, oh, I hate you. Like I don't know, but I mean, I'm fine with doing it, but I just don't see the point in going to those things either. I think that's my main point.
Oh, dude, I would just
like,
go
what's
for the
the point in
fucking
going to
meme.
FinCon? Like, what am I going to talk about? Like, that's just my own thing. I mean, if the crew, if you go and everybody else goes and they want to do that, then fine. I'm fine with doing that. But I don't even know why Larry Jones and Keenan Grace and Stockboy even went to FinCon. Like, I feel like
literally just to put, I'm like 99% sure it's literally just to put that I've been to FinCon.
Yeah, I don't know why people go to that weird stuff. Like, for me, the only way I go to something like that is somebody would have to pay me. Like, what am I going for?
Like, the only con I would recommend, unironically, would actually be the bulk show meeting.
Exactly. No, I'm 100%, but you're actually going to get something out of that. And also, I saw Larry Jones was posting videos of him and Keenan Grace and Stockmo on stage talking to like hundreds of people. Like it was like 100 people in there or something like that.
Oh,
and I just feel so
they were giving
bad
seminars.
Man, yes, they gave them an entire stage and had their names on there. Keenan Grace, Larry Jones. Can you imagine being a first-time investor and listening to these people and hearing them talk about stocks?
I was, dude.
Those people
Keenan Grace lost me $200 fucking on Neo.
Who did?
Keenan Grace lost me $200 fucking on Neo. I was fucking.
Oh, so are you a newer investor? You got it in 2020?
To put him, like him. I got in the market in 2016. I bought Fitbit stock due to the fact that the Google deal was gonna break. Google deal was breaking. Then after that, I got big in the markets when COVID hit and I failed 2 classes, so I just had like a shit ton of time. So I just looked at the market and just loaned then. But it was doing like 2020, 2021. The Google deal finished when the AMC stuff happened. And so I put my money into AMC, then I made $150, then I broke even on GME, but that was after a year. I saw it on my birthday, which is June 8th, which is funny. Then after that, I lost $200 on Neo and everything. Like, I've made about 108 trades, and I have a hit rate of like 41 to 39% profitability.
Yeah.
But that's typical because like the average guy that tries to do what I do, based on managed problem, they're aiming for a 60 to 40 to 60% hit rate because it's tough. Random rocks in Wall Street happen. We're throwing darts at this point.
Were you following like Jeremy LaFavre, me, Kevin back in those days?
No, I did not follow anyone. Like, I was a big Graham Stephan guy. And I followed Keenan Grace, and then I followed this guy that was a dad, Chuck. I followed Freedom Mike, and then I followed the stock guys because all they do was cover Neo. And there was just two guys, like two dads, just talking about Neo stock. And then I followed them, and that was it. But I guarantee you 100%, Keenan Grace has not read the K10 for Zomedico.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah. No, they just find these random stocks. I don't know where they find these random stocks at, but yeah, there's no research done because 5 minutes of
maybe Wall Street Bets. That'd be the only thing I can think of. But I was an ape too. I was an ape for like a hot minute, and then I finally fucking actually loaned the market somewhat.
Nice. Well, all right, Fullhead. I think I'm gonna call it.
Enjoy your dinner, man.
Huh?
Enjoy your dinner. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and eat dinner, chill with the wifey, all that. So thanks for coming on, man, as always.
Yeah, no problem, dude. Thanks for having me on.
You're welcome again on Friday. You know, we love you here. So
I am chat representative. I speak for chat.
There you go. All right, man. I'll see you later.
Yeah, see you, man.
All right. All right, that's the almighty Fullhead. And yeah, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. I'm gonna put timestamps up for the Me Kevin interview that I did. I messaged Me Kevin, he messaged me back. He doesn't seem to be upset about what happened in the first like 10 minutes. So I think we're good, thankfully. Yeah, you guys know how I feel. So anyway, thank you guys so much. I am going to eat dinner. The wifey cooked baked chicken, so we finna eat some baked chicken. There you go. All right, see you guys later. I'll see you guys on Friday for the Friday market live stream. Peace out. See you guys.